Hey!
I can put it on if you want.
Maybe. Maybe
Hi,
I do,
everybody.
Mr. O. Hey, everybody. Welcome to TFT. Oh, my God. I forgot something I wanted to do. Tarot for today. Divine Dabblings with...
Oberon.
And me, Banshee. Welcome to the show.
And also, thanks to our moderator, Violet Lotus.
I can't reach. We'll get this in. Say hi to Bly. Say hi, Bly.
Hi.
It rhymes.
I'm Bly. That wasn't my voice earlier on Material Matters. That really was the voice of Bly.
I don't know, Mr. O.
So it's nice to see everybody. I hope everybody, if they celebrate, had a wonderful Thanksgiving. It's still continuing away. We were almost thinking of breaking out the remaining pumpkin pie.
Oh, no, it's mine. You can have the banana. Not that
Oh
I'm
my goodness. Bly
adverse
says
to
hi to
banana.
Bly.
What?
Bly says hi to Bly.
And Banshee's getting in the season.
Yes, she is. Look at our set design. All mistletoe and...
That looks a little bit too brighty there, doesn't it?
No, it looks wonderful.
Is it shining too... Oh, is it wonderful?
Sure,
Okay.
it's another tree.
All right, then.
Stand by for bickering.
That's our cat-proof Christmas tree.
Stand by for bickering. She said it, not me.
Well, everybody, thank you for your patience. You know, we had a great event yesterday. The readings just were really, really good. We got such nice feedback on that.
Yeah.
I was really happy. One of the people who was there joined our website, so that's the idea too, to get the word out to people, and it went really, really well.
Definitely. I think a big thing was, although it's normally, about 2.5, 3
Here,
hours.
are you troublemaker, you?
Hello there. Give your salute to everyone.
There's your toys. I found the pickles. Hey.
He's okay.
No, he's not. He's going to throw his tail into my nuts here.
That sounds like an innuendo.
I knew you would take it that way, Mr. Scorp.
And here in the center is our true star, Sunny.
In all his glory, our orange Christmas cat.
I wish Angel Rivera was here because he would appreciate this view.
Off the cards, off the cards. Stay there. Stay till I'm done with this, or I'll never get it done. I, of course, am using the season...
Oh, there you are. I had only but to mention your name.
Hi, Angel. He just mentioned you. You can see Sunny front and center today.
So she's giving her collective thought or card for the day with the Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle. I feel cold already.
Brr.
Yes, Angel, I was just mentioning how you would appreciate the Sun Man being front and center here. But I think we all do a little bit, right?
Well, Mr. O gave him a lot of rope to hang himself today. This whole area is free. Whether we'll be able to lay the cards out in it is another matter. So stay tuned for that. Mr.
Oh, my.
Pick a card.
Upside down, right?
There, right side up.
And it's Storm.
Storm? Not a winter storm. Oh my gosh. As within and so without, there are storms a-comin', a change without a doubt. Do you want to put that card down there, or is he just going to fluff it with his tail?
Well, he can still do that.
Yes, he can.
However, it's kind of small there.
Well, storm. There is a storm brewing on the horizon, and it's headed straight for you. When this card appears in a reading, you can expect massive change, upheaval, or a complete shock that throws you off your game. Such changes could be significant, like an unexpected divorce, losing a job, financial ruin, or loss of where you call home. Ultimately, these changes will bring about something positive. although it may not seem that way at first. It may seem like the universe is determined to bring you down. This couldn't be further from the truth. The universe is only taking away the things that have been holding you back, giving you a false sense of security and shelter. When the storm clears, you'll find clarity and the tools needed to rebuild to become stronger. Storms bring an ominous message, but there's always time to make the best of your situation. Storm guides you to hold on for the ride rather than trying to fight a losing battle. This is an opportunity to liberate yourself from the weight that keeps you stuck in one place. Additionally, storm tends to come along when you are on the cusp of a significant spiritual shift. Change for you could manifest inwardly through the destruction of limiting beliefs rather than something external. And how true, and how so much like the Tarot Tower card, you know? I almost feel like I was reading an interpretation for that while I was reading this card. And, you know, this is really interesting. We're getting this for the collective today. Stay tuned for our card of the day tomorrow if you're on Facebook and Twitter. That's a little hint for all of you joining the show. Change is afoot.
All right. So I'm going to open the readings with my Uncommon Tarot.
Yep.
Someday
right,
we'll have a theme show where I'll only use the decks that Banshee thought she should give me because she didn't really like. This is one of them.
I just bought him a nice deck from...
Yes, you did.
The store we were at yesterday, a new tarot called the Global Fusion, I think it is, tarot, something like that. Very colorful, very interesting artwork, I will say. So stay tuned for that. I'm sure he'll be whipping that out sometime soon.
Yeah, I won't even give it a peek today because it's mostly at another table.
And also, just to sneak peek at some future Oracle decks, you can just show the box. There is one that I got yesterday.
The Earthly Souls and Spirits Moon Oracle.
And I don't know why. Is it an old lady thing that I'm now getting into botanicals? Because I really now have increased my botanical collection quite a bit.
Oh, you mean it's not like a hint for me to give you an enchanted blossom?
Well, you know, I'll rule that out. And I've added a tarot deck that I got recently from a Hay House Tarot into the mix today called the Transient Light Tarot. And
oh, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, did I just barely see something go off in the...
You're on a delay, so keep watching.
I thought I saw it already, but maybe I am delayed. I thought I saw something.
Well, maybe you're ahead of me. That was Mr. Maurice, wasn't it?
Oh, there it is.
Yes.
Ah.
Thank you, Mr. Maurice.
Thank you so much.
That's a pretty little graphic there.
Now, the Transient Light Tarot is very interesting, and maybe when I bring it out, I'll talk more about it. But I will say this. Their sale was so incredible. I got that deck, which is regularly priced at $26.99 for $8. $8.
I just wanted to thank Mr. Maurice again for his donation. He's one of our regular generous donators. I really appreciate that. And, you know, no hard sell here, but, you know, we're not... you know, retiring to, you know, the Virgin Islands with how we do this here. And as creative types, you know, we really appreciate the donations. It helps keep us going. So thank you so much again.
One thing about our readings yesterday, which really flipped me out, is for the first time since we've been doing this, you know, people tip when you do readings in person, right? And but you know, we weren't getting a lot of tips, and our prices are relatively low for readings, but we got tipped really well yesterday. I don't know if everybody was in the small business mode, and it was really nice and generous, and or if they liked the readings that much. I don't know what it was, but it was very, very nice, and it really made our day.
Okay, who's our first person?
Well, hi, I'm 12. Well, we'll get you on the list on 12. We do have a list, and on Sundays it's a little long, but if you stick with us or you give our moderator your question, we'll do the question in order, and you can go back to the video and watch it. All right. Oh, I forgot something else.
Right. You also forgot to answer my question. Who's the first person?
Well, you can look at Violet's list, but I believe it's Angel
not
Mary.
Right here, and I thought I would ask you because you're on top of it, right?
I am on top of it, but it's a backup list.
Still
remember?
Still waiting.
I said Angel Mary.
Thank
Hello.
you. Do we have the question?
Yeah.
Angel Mary.
Well, I'll be frank, Angel Rivera, I don't know that the deck is really worth the price. I'll say that, but on the other hand, it's an interesting concept and it wasn't badly done.
My love life for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Angel Mary.
All decks have gone up in price lately, so I really can't quibble. You know, it's everywhere. The prices are high for everything.
I'm going to change the subject and just mention that, as Mr. Rivera said, the sun is spreading throughout the set here, or sunny.
Yes, he is.
Front and center.
I forgot something that could really help us with some of our questions, so I may take a break at some point today, but not right now. I think you know what I mean. Or you don't.
No, I was thinking of something sarcastic like,
you forget
what can
something?
help you with my questions?
I see. Jeez.
All right. And our first card
Somebody's going to be a bah humbug today.
is the Magician reversed.
Hey, Jano.
Hi, Jano. Followed by the Two of Cups, which is very much a relationship-minded question. And that's positively upright. And then the Sun. Upright. Well, you know, Lena, they often say that tarot is a snapshot in time. So this reading smacks of some sort of relationship very possibly happening. The sun is shining a great deal of light. I know this is ridiculous with Sunny here.
Mr. O, how did you get all upright cards, too? I'm shocked.
No, the Magician isn't upright.
Oh, the Magician's reversed.
And that was the first card. So I was going to get to that in a moment. So I would say that this could
you're right.
represent the idea that maybe there's something unusual about getting together with this person. I think it's just one person. I don't think it's characterizing the entire love life. That something clicks, and maybe it's a mischievous kind of personality. Maybe it's somebody who is sort of a trickstery in a way. But I do feel like there's a definite click in here. I'm going to let you take over.
Yeah, I thought he said Lena. It's Angel Mary. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Angel Mary, you know, don't get confused by us. Sometimes we mix up the names. But I have to say that I feel here something is brewing. I mean, there's positive energy leaning towards a relationship. Will it be by the end of the year? I'm uncertain about that, but you asked for it till the end of the year, I believe, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, things are looking up, but, you know, here I think is the problem, and it's with that Magician card. You may feel that you don't have what, you know, that something is lacking in you to make this happen. I think, you know, you have to ensure your confidence and you are really totally immersed in the idea of making this relationship happen. Trying to do it, you know, I mean, trying to believe in yourself and also, you know, have the will, the desire. And also, along with that, you're going to have to do something to make it happen. You know, put yourself out there in places to make it happen if you haven't been already. That's what I see, because the sun is here saying success, and the Two of Cups definitely indicates that there could be a relationship coming.
Right. It may just be that there's something unusual, unexpected, really out of left field with that Magician reverse there. Like it just really comes from some area you don't understand or get. I don't.
So the Lenormand, Mr. O?
Yes. And we're using the Pixies Astounding Lenormand.
Well, you
And I see that my camera's a little tilted there. Sorry about that. But I'm trying to make the best of this situation here with the Sun Man.
Why are you staring at me? Oh, the hat. It's the hat. And tell me something. Is any of the light kind of glistening on the hat?
I'll take a look in a moment. Not overly.
No. Well, I'm wondering if that's what he's looking at. He's just staring.
Okay, so I pulled the lilies, followed by the tower. Just going to lay those right there.
Oh, the lilies and the tower.
That's kind of an interesting one. I don't think I've seen that very often.
Yeah, because that seems so businessy for a reading like this. But I would also say that maybe this is just a cautionary tale here that, you know, it's possible. Maybe this is just saying the only thing I see with this combination of cards to me is kind of just reminding you that, you know, if you stay in your ivory tower, if you remove yourself from the potential of receiving a relationship, you could grow old that way. You know, you could just grow old that way. I feel the lilies here is saying that this is a time for you to realize that it's time to make something happen. And I think with the Magician reverse there, it kind of fits in with that. It's time to really work on manifesting this. You know, instead of dreaming and thinking and wishing and hoping. And I don't mean to be rude because, you know, maybe you are thinking you're doing everything you can. And if so, all I can say is the universe is saying keep it up. Just keep believing and keep it up.
I like what you said there because I was really having a hard time struggling this one, the tower and the lilies. Mm-hmm. And I would have to agree with you. I think this is saying really in order to grow, you have to come out of the tower. In order to grow, you have to leave that sense of isolation. Lilies or certain flowers don't grow in dark, cold places. So I think that's what we have for you.
That's what we have for you.
There is a good opportunity arising. It really does still fall on you to kind of rise or grow towards that situation.
Okay. All right, let's move on to it is Estelle. Hi, Estelle.
Hi, Estelle.
I'm basically, other than the hat, wearing what I wore yesterday to the event. It was a great drive. Actually, some of the construction areas it was not as crowded driving through them, and they were kind of minimized. They're winding some projects down, I think, for the winter now. Because last time we went up there, oh my gosh, we got into...
Well, we were 40 minutes late, and we thought without that we would have been 20 minutes early, so...
Yep.
I'm hungry.
You're welcome, Angel Mary. Best wishes to you. Good luck with that.
Estelle, are you with us? Don't let us go nuts on our own. Those are too good. I didn't have a big enough breakfast this morning.
Why are you staring at me? You're so intense today.
So with the holiday season moving into gear, there will be some things we're hoping to do here. I believe I'm going to repeat a show I did last Christmas called The Three Ghosts of Christmas, and it's kind of like a past, present, future kind of thing with a little bit of Victorian trappings around it. But I haven't finalized that yet, but I know we are working on another thing that Banshee's doing.
So, last call. At least let us know you're here.
Yeah, or else we're going to have to
do the countdown. We're going to have to move on. We have a big list today.
Have to do the countdown.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
I know There, it started. It cannot be revoked unless you show up right now. We're sorry. Please address all complaints to the complaint department.
All right, we got to move on. We're going to move on to Lena.
And Lena had posted a question. Double O Soul. Lena's question, do you see any good news coming about a job for the next 2 or 3 months, please? Any success ahead?
All right, I'm using the Dancing in the Dark Tarot again because, hey, it's a dark time of the year and we're all dancing in the dark right now. Well, at least on our part of the world, but, you know.
Thanks, Violet, for rephrasing it again.
Shuffle.
Also, I'll be doing a couple of unboxings.
Oh, he'll be doing so much without me.
Well, I'll be doing some with you.
I've got something big planned, and he's actually going to be a part of that.
And I actually mentioned it a moment ago and told you could talk about it, but you ignored me.
Well, because I haven't given it away yet, but I'm going to say it now. We're going to be doing a nice tarot ritual, guided visualization during the Yuletide season. I haven't picked a date yet. It'll probably be right around Yule is what I'm expecting. And it will be my Journey of the Fool ritual recreated for the online environment. And I'm going to make it as interactive as I can. And also, you will be welcome to bring, have your own tarot decks with you. We will be in the chat again for this video presentation. And, you will be able to use it. As a matter of fact, you may want to bring 2 decks. And more about that later, if you have to. One of them you might want to separate the major arcana from. And there you have it.
Reading.
Let's do the reading for Lena.
All right. Any good news on the job front for the next 2 to 3 months?
And they're all reversed.
So it's not just me. It's too late, Estelle. We have to put you at the end.
We start with the King of Wands reversed. I'm sorry, Estelle. We had to move on.
So
and
the King of Wands reversed.
Today,
we have a big list. We're sorry.
We have is that the...
Leave a question and we can still do it and it'll be at the end of it.
Page of Cups reversed.
King of... Wait, that's the 2 of Cups, isn't it?
Is it 11 on there? 11?
Oh.
Yeah, it's the 2 of Cups. They number the court cards.
Okay, so which one is this then? The page?
Yeah, 11 is pages.
Why, thank you.
12, 13, 14.
I'm glad you answered me so nicely.
I do.
Keep moving.
And we have the 4 of Swords reversed.
Hi, gluten-free.
Hey, gluten-free. We'll get you on the list. It's a little big today.
I don't know. Maybe we're going to have to premiere the lightning round.
Well, we might. We may have to shorten things at the end. We will see how it goes. All right, so let me look at this for you, Estelle. I got to stand up and go around Sunny here. The King of Wands is reversed. The Page of Cups. Okay, so I feel here that something might be stirring in these, in the next 2 to 3 months for you. I feel like you're going to be more woke to what you need to do moving forward. To get a job or to really look more actively for work. That's what it looks like to me. But the King of Wands is reversed right now, and it makes me wonder if you're really putting out enough effort in that regard. Are you really going after these jobs like you should? The Page of Cups kind of indicates to me you may have a lot of dreams and hopes of finding something that will be right for you. You might be imagining what you want to do, but are you really practically doing the steps you need to do to make it happen? And I think the 4 of Swords is saying you're coming to that point. You will be getting to that point So to answer your question, I think job prospects are rather slow until you come to the realization that you need to put more effort out there to make it happen.
Well, my take is that this is definitely very challenging. I see that Four of Swords there, Lena, and I feel like there's an energy or a reason to kind of renew your efforts kind of thing. But the other two court cards, that King of Wands reversed and the Page of Cups, they both show me the challenging nature here. And some of this may just be that you need to display more of a dynamic, or somehow something around you has to display more dynamics. So it could be just in how you present yourself in your business. There needs to be some sort of increase in a dynamic about that. Or it could pertain just solely to the actual work process, that you need to have a dynamic process of working, so maybe that could just be as easy as making sure that your employees or yourself or whoever are always on time or always follow correct procedures. It could be a lot of things, but I'm just saying it does represent that idea that that's a big part of your challenge here. And I think also too, we could say that the Page of Cups here reverse represents that a big part of all of this is really you believing in yourself, of shoring up your self-confidence, which is also that King too. In the Lenormand, we have the Midnight Moon, so that's the moon, and that's good for business.
Right. And I have a thought when I see these two together.
And then we have that Slay Whip. Oh, you slay me.
The rod can be kind of an antagonistic card at times. So, I'm looking at this a little bit differently, though, in this case. It's also moves swiftly, it moves fastly, yes. So one could argue that it means swift success, that maybe a job will just come to you out of the blue. But I think what it's really saying is, you know what? If you want your prospects to look good or to be good in the next 2 to 3 months, you have to act. And you have to start doing it now. Because, just keep at it. Keep throwing resumes out there, keep going into places even and getting applications, whatever it takes.
I'm sorry, I was just reading what Violet said, and I tend to agree with you, Violet, on this one. We can always open it up or whatever later, but it is pretty humongous at this point. People are probably going to drop off at some point too, so maybe like in a half an hour we could revise and say, yeah, we will reopen it, or we'll keep it closed still. Course.
We have 18, which is usually our limit, so it's not super massive at this point. But, we'll play it by ear from here. It's the holiday season.
Ho, ho, ho.
The season of giving.
Okay, so to me, I think that what this says is that, remember I was talking about this sense of dynamics, and I suppose maybe the whip is what's showing that up, is that even if it's not maybe about, being personally charismatic and dynamic in how you're approaching your business, this could be saying, though, that something dynamic needs to happen. So that could be saying being ready to take immediate opportunities as they happen, or make quick changes that represent the sense of changing the dynamics of what your workflow or process is. That's going to be the key. That's going to be the key, Lena.
All right, we're moving on. We're moving on to Mr. Maurice. Hey, Mr. Maurice. Thank you for your generosity. We appreciate it. We do. And it's your deck, Mr. O.
Yes, I know. And yes. I'm just trying to do a little munching real quick.
You are eating my peanuts. And you can. Now that Sonny's not here, I'll move him towards you. I was going to eat my homemade pumpkin pie on set today, but,
It's a really nice soft chain, though, so, it's okay. It's comfy.
All right, we're waiting on Mr. Um's question.
I don't remember. Did he write it earlier? Oh, no, there it is. General reading for the next 3 weeks. Okay, Mr. Maurice, we gotcha. So my beef lasagna turned out pretty good. The first day was kind of a little soggier, but it firmed up the next day as leftovers. It was really good. I always wonder about that. It's got to be, kind of a little firm.
It was really tasty. We both had our cooking issues this time. I think the thing that came out the best this time was our turkey breast. It was so moist and good. It really was.
And we have leftovers.
But I screwed up the turkey glaze. A honey chipotle glaze, and I forget to put the honey in it. What? I was wondering why it was so thick. Well, anyway, I fixed that. It was easy to fix. But then the pumpkin pie, I thought was going to be a disaster because I used a 10-inch pie pan for it, but it said to use a deep dish pie thing, and I'm like, oh, it'll a 9-inch, and I said, well, it'll fit in this 10-inch graham cracker crust pan. It almost didn't. It overflowed the top a bit and got on the crust, and the end of the crust was so hard. But as time went on, the next day, it seemed like the crust and the pie just melded together nicely, and it was really good.
You can get anything we can do at Tarot for Today's restaurant.
It was a great meal all the way around, though.
And we had good company, so it was very happy.
Great company.
Absolutely. So, Mr. Maurice, the general reading for the next 3 weeks, we gotcha. We have Mr. Sunman here, hogging again.
Mr. Man, Sunman.
All right.
Now I can't read what they are. What do we got?
Excuse me. I'm choking on peanuts. Judgment reversed.
Okay. Oh, somebody didn't pick up the food dishes. Was there anything else?
Probably not.
Okay.
But I'm choking, so it's not going to matter.
So that's judgment reversed.
I'll just die here. The devil reversed, and the 9 of swords upright. Mr. O has to head out for some liquid, or he will not make it.
Looking at these cards, Mr. Maurice, the judgment reversed. Wow, the devil reversed, but the 9 of swords upright. Don't let setbacks that have happened to you, maybe people who have not judged you fairly, for example, or things, I don't want to keep going back to the job. Wow. I don't want to keep going back to the job situation. Well, I did give him some fluid here, but I'm glad he went in the other room. I don't want to get back to the job situation too much, but if you feel like things have been going against you, judgments or karma, nothing seems to be working out, you may have a lot of fears and anxieties because of that. And, don't let those fears and anxieties overwhelm you. They are not real. Break free from that. Pick yourself up in these next 2 to 3 weeks. This is particularly difficult time for everybody, regardless of circumstances. We tend to dwell on maybe missed opportunities of the past year, or things that have gone wrong, losses that we have suffered, whether they're people we've lost or other things in our lives that didn't turn out. And so these are anxious times, especially these next 2 to 3 weeks. Don't feel overwhelmed by this. This is saying here, you must move on from this. The devil is saying to liberate yourself, pick yourself up, and free yourself from these types of chains that bind you.
I am not classically allergic to peanuts, but I think the dryness of the crumbs really irritates my throat. it's all coming from that, really. I'm going to need a moment.
Yeah, so that's okay. Do you want me to shuffle your Lenormand and do that? And then you could do them all after?
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
I think that with Judgment reversed, as well as the Devil reversed, this may be saying this is a time for you to rethink a lot of things that you have thought about systems and structures, and that maybe you've been mostly a believer and a player in the idea that systems are created and work the way they are supposed to as long as we adhere to them. But it may be possible that now recent events or things make you feel you could think out of that box, step out of that box. Wow, it's really bad, eh?
Yeah.
And a large part of this is in reaction, I think, to the idea that maybe the perception of stressors or pain that comes externally is overwhelming to some degree. This is a sign of overwhelming anguish to some degree. And so it may be like what I caught the tail end of Banshee saying, that this is a need to seize, to free yourself from what you feel imprisons you or limits you. But it's also about maybe challenging that system in some ways, at least from your own personal point of view. Maybe you can't really make big change on that wider level, but you're working from that kind of sense of a revelation, perhaps.
Mr. O will be okay, trust me. He should have given himself more a break, like people suggested there. So, I feel here that he's right. And, oftentimes, Mr. Maurice, I look at the Nine of Swords as a card of fears and anxieties that aren't real, necessarily.
This is true.
They may feel real to you, but they're not real. But in this case, I feel they are real. You may have had some setbacks and some disappointments. The other thing about the Nine of Swords is it's really about the things that keep us up at night. Sometimes they're very, very petty things, little things you forgot to do during a day that come back to haunt you. Some of them are more intense things, that you can't take back now, or that just haunt you because of they were so important to you. And that's what I feel is going on here. These were really real. This is not illusory, but it's how you handle it and manage it that's important. And the need here to just free yourself from the mindset of the failures or the disappointments you had. They have no hold over you. They have no hold over your future.
That's a real bam there, yep.
Yeah. And again, with, what is this again? Oh, it's Judgment. Oh my gosh. And with Judgment in reversed, sometimes this isn't about externals, about the people that are judging you. I should have brought this up earlier. It's sometimes we can be our own worst critics, and you need to be less hard on yourself.
That's a really good point, because, this is a unique deck, the Adrian Tarot, and I look at that image there, maybe it's better here, and there's a light bulb there. And so it's Judgment reversed, but I'm still saying there's a light bulb that potentially still goes off, an illumination, a feeling that you understand something you didn't quite understand before. And that could be about, the recent events in your life, but also where you really do need to go to. That maybe challenging the system or challenging your place in the system will really take, some necessary thought there.
Hey, Laura, how about we just throw a card for you when it's your turn? Just a single card then. Is that okay?
I wanted to address that too, Laura. Don't you dare give up your turn. I am going to return to normal here, so it's okay. But, Banshee, don't you ever bring peanuts out on a set again.
I guess not. But I think anything
or be ready to slap my hands when I reach for them. Go on, show them you can do it.
No.
Okay.
Mr. O does tend to choke easily when he eats. It doesn't have to be a peanut.
I choke easily.
He does. I'm worried that I have to practice the Heimlich maneuver again because I'm very rusty, but I think I'm going to need to do that.
See, on TFT Tarot for Today, you get all the drama you want and all the drama you don't want.
But I have to say, in his defense, I have my own hang-ups with choking, and one of them is that, I don't swallow pills. I swallow small ones, but I can have a real hard time swallowing medication, and I'm afraid I'm going to choke on it.
Mr. Maurice, the first card is the mountain.
Cut me off.
And then the second card is the clouds. And for my money, they're all about the same color. Maybe it's slightly darker on the left there. What do you say?
It would be the dark side of the clouds, actually.
Okay.
So what I'm thinking here is, these next 2 to 3 weeks might be a little gloomy for you. It's like those cards are indicating down here. And so to get out of that state of mind, you're going to have to overcome these thoughts, and the only way that I can think to do that is to really do things that bring you joy and pleasure. Forget the things right now that are bringing stress in your life. Try to make this truly a season of joy.
A few moments ago, Banshee was talking about how some of the cards represent the idea that maybe these things are more in your mind, but she felt, no, it's not. This kind of really clarifies that in a way that maybe the tarot doesn't always.
Yeah.
The Lenormand is saying really the next few weeks could have more struggles or feelings that are difficult to you. And it is the holidays, and the holidays for any number of reasons are difficult times for a lot of people who don't immediately say, oh, everything is wonderful in my life. Because you know what? Many of our lives on various levels are not exactly what any of us really want. We do the best we can. The tarot spread here seems to indicate that these are things that you just merely need to kind of process more inside, and you'll be able to get through them. You may not have the overall happiness you expected this time, but as far as where you're going ahead, you're going to kind of get the skinny on that, position yourself maybe to start the new year better. Trying to be seen here with this guy.
Yeah, anyway, right.
Did you already weigh in?
I did.
I don't even remember.
Okay, it is affecting his brain now.
Sonny will give me CPR. Kiss me, darling.
Oh my gosh. That's what we have for you, Mr. M. I hope you heard some of mine over his coughing in the other room.
Me sorry.
And he's okay. He is okay. It's going to take a little bit. I've had that happen on occasion. I'm not as often.
I work
as
up
him.
all those histamines, so I got a lot of stuff going.
But that's what happens. And yeah, I've been reduced to tears when that's happened. All right, no more nuts for you, Mr. O. I get to eat
nuts.
them. All right.
Who's
Let's
up?
move on to, I think it's Lisa. Am I right?
I think that would be right.
After a stressful December busy year up to now, how will December go? Taking me through the end of the year. Okay, Lisa, let's take a look.
Now remember, you asked that, Lisa, not us. Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty loud, Mr. M. I try. So
You're welcome, Mr.
Thank
Maurice.
you, Mr. M. again. Appreciate it. Good luck with dealing with the holidays. Just have fun. Let everything else go and enjoy yourself. It has a way of inspiring and bringing success back to you.
The way he's looking at me right now, it's almost like he was saying, I'll give you CPR. I'll make sure you don't die. And then he looks at you like, I know you would let him die.
Is it my deck? It is my deck. Well, I'm going to use this Radiant Light deck. Basically, the premise with this deck is that, or was it Radiant Light? It's called something else. Now I can't think of the name, and I have the box somewhere nearby. The Transient Light Tarot. So basically, the premise of this deck is to not be gender specific, I think, and to be very general, and it does it well. And it's interesting. It's kind of pippy, but in an enhanced pippy sort of way. Like some of the other decks are today. So you can tell me what you think of it. It does have that cardboardy finish that I'm not happy about, which means for me, It's very stiff to ruffle. I'm making it work. They feel a little thicker. They're a nice size, but they seem to still be a handful. And also, could you just for a moment, well, when we put the cards out, you can do a shuffle. I wanted to show the back of the cards. To do that. Yeah, so that's the back, a nice hourglass kind of design. Well, sorry you were having a rough time this year. Hopefully things will improve.
I hate to be a whiner, but the holidays are never exactly my most emotionally best times. Until pretty much that last couple of days before, then I just kind of see the light, I guess. Or I just realize, well, nobody's going to mope with me, so I might as well not mope. Is that what it is? I just want somebody to mope with me? I don't know.
I don't know either, Mr. O, but that could be. You want people to feel your pain, perhaps?
It is. It's pain.
Here we have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is upright. And here we have the Six of Vessels. The Six of Vessels is upright.
That would be cups, right?
Yep, cups. And then we have the Page, which in this deck is called the Apprentice of Coins, reversed. Well, Lisa, I hate to say this. You're feeling still a little overburdened this month. You need to take a load off. That's what this is, a load of stuff that you're carrying on your shoulders. And you need to lighten up a bit. The Six of Cups is here, which is interesting, isn't it?
May I say something?
You want to say something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My intuitive flash says, is there going to be a lot of big work for the holidays, too? Like you're putting on a dinner with all your relatives. I know you got a pretty big family at times. Just the sense I'm feeling from those first two cards.
Well, it's interesting, yeah, because that could be about the past. And what I was going to say is that... Now I don't know what I was going to say.
Sorry.
Got it. Why don't you go ahead?
Okay.
I'll put it
Well,
all
I get
together.
the feeling like, maybe some of this busyness or difficulties during December might be with holiday trappings and events. I know you're probably going to be cooking up a storm like maybe other people will, but you're cooking. Anyway, with that Page?
Yes, correct.
Page of Coins reversed does maybe go more towards your attitude. Maybe you're wondering really where the new year will go. So I think December will find you mixed between being just busy enough to maybe have to spend a little bit of time on really thinking about where you really want to start putting it together for next year. Good for you. Good for you.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done for now.
So, you are carrying an oppressive load, so it's a good idea that you are taking that time off. But, maybe you should use this time to reconnect with friends. Maybe this is a time, and I'm not saying, you necessarily have to throw a party or anything like that, but maybe it's just time to get in touch. Get in touch with friends, and reminisce, about the past, good times, and looking forward to maybe further gatherings in the future. Nothing that has to happen now, but the Six of Cups is often about memories from the past, possibly from your childhood even. So reconnect with people, in that regard. And I feel here what this Ace of Coins might be talking about is just...
Page.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Why did I
You
say
knew it was,
Ace?
but you said it.
I know. The Page, they're very similar in some ways, but the Page of Coins is about new beginnings that just didn't happen, setbacks. So I would just say here, if you've been struggling financially or materially right now, just lay low for the moment. Just do things that will lighten your mood and unburden yourself. Don't feel like you have to, spend money right now to make people happy, gifts, whatever, the gifting, whatever the case may be. This is a time to, I think, pull back. Just pull back a little bit and do some connecting in other ways with people.
I think I just wanted to make the point that I don't know if I said this well. I think this sort of indicates with that busyness and with that idea of reconnecting, you are just going to be a little bit reflective, and you need to remember that you're at the point of a new year beginning, and of course things will always get better.
So I'm going to pull the Yuletide Lenormand. They give you some extra cards to switch in and out of the deck, and I took the cat out and put the puppy in for now, for the dog. And I put the real ring in instead of the wreath for the ring. And I took the snowman and snow lady out for the man and woman, because they're very festive too. I want to use them once in a while. And look, lo and behold, I got the puppy. Oh my gosh. So this is what I pulled for you.
Puppy!
Which is all about friends. And look at this. It's the Christmas tree. It's the tree, of course. And so I feel here that this is a time to go back to your roots. Go back to some of your old friends. It's really clear here when I see that. And he's cleverly putting on top of that 6 of vessels.
Why, thank you. I had no idea it was so clever.
Go on. Do you want to talk about that?
Well, the evergreen tree influences the puppy. And so what I think this is saying is that the family, your family of friends, other people, co-workers you still keep up with, all that stuff, your reflections really drive you maybe to embrace in the ways you can, physically or otherwise, Christmas cards, whatever, communications, their loyalty and the sense of loyalty it engenders in you. And the idea really that most of that is going to carry you through towards the new year. I think that you're just going to have to deal with some of those issues, but there is a balance point of reflection that will involve, decent holiday memories.
Go ahead. That's what we have for you, Lisa. Good luck with that.
It's distracting because he's purring into my hand that's holding him to just feel.
So that's why you can't
right
throw the cards at me. Okay. Can't reach over there. Thank you. Oh, look at that.
I threw them. You asked for it.
All right.
You didn't ask for it? Okay. Scorpio Blunt.
Alika, is that who's up?
I believe so. You're welcome.
You're very welcome, Lisa. And I hope you have a great December.
We miss you too. It would be wonderful to get together. We'll just have to see.
Winter's a rough time for that.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm saying just reconnect with people right now, and social media is fine, calling people are fine, whatever the case may be. It's like, I see the burdens you're carrying, and it's time to just lighten up a little bit.
Well, we're due to get our next COVID booster in December 10th. So we've been kind of taking some risks when we've been going to some of the events or places we do, because we feel like our immunity is probably already beginning to wane. So far we feel we've been lucky, but we have to keep thinking about that. You know, yesterday we made a decision to read cards without our masks, but when we were going there, we were thinking we were going to wear masks, you know, and then we just didn't do it.
Well, and then to kind of drive the point home, one of our associates that's there in the local pagan community has long COVID. They have, you know, some of the issues related to getting COVID, and they're not doing really well with that.
Like ourselves, they're older, and they already have some risk factors. We don't really have Alika here yet, do we?
Also, bad news for us. Bad news. Oh yeah, why are we shuffling and doing this? Did
We'll just shuffle
Alika
again.
leave?
No, we forgot to keep asking. So, Alika, who's after Alika, by the way?
Noha, I think.
Okay. There's Alika.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Alika.
Well, we should shuffle again, yeah.
I am.
Thank you, Alika.
What person is my ex? I'm not sure what you're asking. Are you asking what person they're with, your ex? Is that how you're asking that?
What person is your ex with? That probably is what it is, but... What person is my ex-girlfriend?
Right, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure if I understand the question. We can try that and see if we're not going to get any other qualification here. All right, Libra, thank you.
Why don't you type it in the chat real quick and ask the question while I'm shuffling here. Hopefully they'll see that.
Okay, I did that. Okay, we're going to start off with the question, but if we get feedback that changes what we believe it is, we'll go with that. So the first card is Judgment.
Upright?
Upright. The Queen of Rods, the Queen of Wands, and that's also upright. Not for you, buddy. Sorry, everyone else. And then the Queen of Cups. So we have two queens. This queen is reversed.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And in terms of how we feel, the question is, I could almost say, like, maybe there's even more going on here. Maybe there's more going on in the sense of that they're just really not with anybody. Maybe they're really evaluating people, though, or making judgments about their overall situation with, you know, their intended or not.
Well, Judgment is kind of a card of what, you know, what you sow you will reap. Also, there's a karma element to Judgment. And so I'm looking at this and wondering, is she? Well,
I'm still not sure we understand your question, so
we'll do the best we can with this, Alika. I'm not sure I'm understanding the question exactly. But the thing is here, I feel that people get what they deserve oftentimes in life, and judgment is kind of about that. And so really, this person might be having some issues right now in dealing with someone else. This person might also be going through their own, what is that again? The Queen of
That's
what?
another queen, the Queen of Cups.
This person right now might be having some serious emotional issues. Whether it's because they're dealing with somebody else who is pushing their buttons, in other words, making them triggered to have a bad, to have negative reactions, negative emotions. And also maybe, so you said that they are a Capricorn, I think, am I right? So they're a Capricorn, which I'm not seeing that element here too much, I'm wondering. So I feel here that they are very determined and very social, but something is making them hold back. I don't know. I almost feel like Mr. O, that maybe there is nobody that they're with right now.
Well, I kind of said that or thought that.
That's what I just said. I kind of go along with Mr. O.
Thank you.
Or that whoever they're with is causing them some serious emotional upsets.
Well, I almost get the feeling like with the two queens next to each other and one's upright and one's reversed, this is talking about a sense of an opposition to some degree from a symbolic angle to me. And I don't understand how these relationships you're referring to actually work, but it looks to me like it's time for somebody, and it's probably them, to consider the nature of their relationship, whether it's with you or whether it's with this other person that they may be with. So let's throw the Lenormand and see what it may throw us or show us.
Yeah, see?
The Fox and the Cross.
This person, on the surface, and I'm talking about the ex-girlfriend here. On the surface, this person is very social and thinks a lot of themselves, thinks like they're really, really great. But they're struggling right now. They are struggling internally with some either pressure, some stress, or some emotional upsets right now.
Right. It actually looks like a clearer indication that maybe they are dealing with some issues. There may be something that's emotionally going on. We are not doctors. We are not lawyers, but we do feel that the cards are sort of showing that there are definite questions in this regard.
Okay, I don't know why you brought that up, but anyway.
Because we're not trying to diagnose a person.
Well, I'm not diagnosing a person by saying this. I feel that, and this is just what the cards are saying. And, Alika, I don't know if you're in touch with this person still, that you said they're ex. So I don't know, but I feel here that they are dealing with some type of loss or something right now. Something big in their life. And they may not be very happy. So whether they have another man or woman in their life, they're not happy right now.
Is it possible that this is about the ex nature of the relationship? That maybe.
No.
Okay.
No, I really feel this is about this person presently. And I'm not getting an image of who they're with so much, even though we have another court card here. I feel it's more talking about what they're going through. And so maybe right now either they're still single or they may have somebody else, but there's something not happy about this relationship. And that's the best I can tell you right now. The cards are, maybe because we had problems understanding the question at first, that the cards are a little vague. But
You're welcome to come back again
Yeah.
and ask some other time. Maybe there'll be other details.
all right.
All right. So,
I
excuse
think
me.
it's Noha.
Yeah, I believe that is correct. And we seem to be at a still point.
Well, obviously, I shouldn't have skipped lunch today. I'm eating all these peanuts. All right. I gotta put them aside somewhere. All right.
Go ahead and ask for them again.
Okay. Noha, are you still with us? Sunny is adorable. Well, hey, Mr. O. So I guess we can call my Journey of the Fool guided journey the how do I want to say it? A winter solstice tarot journey.
Okay.
Because I think I did the other one when I did it at Midsummer's Night Tarot journey.
I think we're going to have a countdown or move on because we're losing a
Go
lot
ahead
of
and
minutes
count
here.
down, Violet.
Well, even Violet hasn't been in the chat for a while. So I think we're just going to have to do it and take Libra's question next. What's coming towards them?
Yep. And it's my
'Cause
deck, right?
we've been dead for about 5 minutes, I think.
Yep. Well, I was going to run upstairs and get something and have you make announcements, but let's go ahead with Libra first. I'll get this deck. Thanks, Kara. All right. Well, we are moving on from. I didn't know you were off. We're moving on.
I figured it might be that, but we didn't get Nova to show up.
We're moving on from Noha because they have not responded.
And we did add Buddy Blue, in case you weren't there.
What a bummer.
All right. Thanks, Violet.
Okay, Mr. O.
Okay, Libra asks what's coming towards them.
All right. And we have, geez, oh Pete's, the Empress reversed. The Eight of Swords reversed. Oh, for crying out loud. The Seven of Wands reversed. Seven of Candles. People are going to say, I'm not going to come to these readings. All the cards are reversed, even though I mixed them all up. All right. So let's see what we have here. So we have this one first, the Empress reversed. You know, sometimes I'm going to go to the Seven of Wands reversed first. Sometimes we let life get us down. You know, Libra, sometimes we we are dragged down by the circumstances that we face or from what people are doing or saying about us, etc. They throw us off our game, they take us off our little pedestal, and they bring us down. Life brings us down sometimes, let's face it. And I think the Empress reversed is saying, be kind to yourself. Don't let the everyday stresses and difficulties and the difficult things that people do sometimes or the bad things get you down. The Eight of Swords here being reversed, it's saying it's time to break free from, others' demands, expectations, how they make you feel about yourself. You take care of you, and you realize that you are better than that. Just let it all go and recognize that you can break free from this kind of thinking. You are not held back by this. You are stronger than that. Be kind to yourself and look yourself in the mirror sometimes and just say, I am worthy, instead of being dragged down by things that, really should not drag you down. I guess I'm saying that because of the 8.
And you're welcome, Alika. Thank you. All right. So, Libra, I think that these represent things that are happening soon. I don't see the specific time frame, but probably by the end of the year, within the next few weeks. So there is an opportunity really for you to kind of open up and free yourself from some of your concerns and basically focus on yourself.
Yes.
This is a big thing for you to do this month. A lot of times people have their own little holiday rituals. Some people like to do little fasts or do things that they feel cleanse them or things like that, purify them. So I think this is telling you to do that. And I feel like it does just say you really have been burning the candle both ends. You've been in defensive and offensive postures, and you really would rather find a still point, or failing that, just have some time for yourself. And I think you're just going to find that the opportunities will present in these next few weeks as we enter the holiday season.
Yeah, you know what? It's Sunny is so silly here. Really, this is the kind of thing. The 8 of Swords is just one of those cards that, makes you feel like you're restricting yourself unnecessarily. You're holding yourself back unnecessarily, maybe because you are believing what people say about you, or that, when circumstances don't go your way, you may feel that you're not worthy. And that is why I say here, believe in yourself, believe that you are worthy, and also do some good things for yourself. Whenever life drags you down, I always say pick your spirits up in whatever way you can, because life isn't going to be, that easy for us. Life isn't going to be that accommodating, is what I want to say. And so, yeah, there's going to be some tough times, but we don't have to make them tougher on ourselves than they already are. And let's see what my Lenormand has to add to this.
Acorns, which is clover, and the mountain, which is the mountain.
Which is interesting that it showed up this way. I feel here too, Libra, that really the things that are holding you back, the things you are struggling with, these obstacles, these interferences, this feelings of being held back by others or what they feel or believe, it's almost as if it's going to disappear by magic. I mean, there's a lot of luck surrounding this timing and synchronicity. Maybe, like I said, you take care of you. If you take care of you and you free yourself from allowing others to dictate, what you can or cannot accomplish in life, things will just start to change and these obstacles will just melt away.
I was saying that earlier too, that this sort of said you feel like you're being forced to be in defensive and offensive postures in various situations. And I keep thinking there's some parable or something about the strength of a nut or an acorn that can crack a mountain. I can't remember exactly. She hates me for my colloquial references. But I guess it's just talking about faith. I guess it's just talking about faith, that when you find you have struggles, you just have to have faith. And I think that that's what's coming to you, is the sense of a renewal of your faith is what is coming towards you, based on how you've seen yourself reacting recently to all of these challenges or limitations. That's that Eight of Swords again. Take care of yourself.
Exactly. That's what we have for you, Libra. Good luck with that.
All right. Thanks for coming to our show.
Thank you.
And Laura is up.
Laura, we are reading for you now.
Hey, Laura. I'm not choking anymore. Ah! Sorry.
Oh, good grief.
Scorpio me. I'm going to go back to the Uncommon Tarot.
Because it's uncommon.
And Laura, I like you because you're one of the people that like to stick around and watch the show. You don't get your read and get out. I like everybody, but I think it really means something special when somebody shows up later on, and there's a few of you guys, and say like, oh, that's really funny.
Well, Angel Rivera, for one.
I didn't want to mention everybody by name.
He has to step away for work.
I wasn't planning on mentioning everybody's name. There's actually a number of people.
Well, I think you should now that you're calling people out. No, I'm just kidding.
For the next week. Alrighty, you got it.
You got it.
So I'm supposed to take in a piece of my lasagna for one of my coworkers.
I'm not going to let him.
And they're going to bring me something they made for their Thanksgiving dinner.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to let him. I want you to eat all the lasagna.
It was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Oh, you're welcome. Because at the end of the day, we see ourselves as entertainers too, and so that's why I like the idea that our entertainment, can engage.
You're
and
here
hold
for
people.
Sunny, Mr. O.
Okay.
We know it's true. All right. Hey. There you go.
Here I go.
Here you go.
Card 1, the King of Coins.
And Sonny knows it too. It's true. It's so true.
And the Ten of Coins. This one's reversed.
That's the 3?
No, I said it was the King.
King of Coins. I see it.
And then the upright Knight of Swords.
And that's the 10. Boy, this 10 of Pentacles lately is really coming up a lot.
Really gets around, doesn't it?
What's really funny about this, last year around this season, it seemed like the card that was coming out the most for us was the 3 of Swords, either upright or reversed. And now I'm feeling it is the 10. The 10 of Pentacles is coming up quite a bit lately. So what does this mean in regards to your question? General message for the next week. I feel like, there may be, what is that again? The Knight of Swords. Okay. I feel like there's going to be some swift things happening in this next week. They may involve money, shared resources or finances, or your own money. It could involve family, or it could just involve you, keeping things together, making sure everything is secure. I think things are going to be happening fast, though. It's going to be hard to do that, but, you've got this. You really have this with the King of Coins here. I almost feel as though there's just, it's just a matter of proper management of your resources. Making sure you're managing things properly right now, and not letting things get out of hand.
I think this is taking place on the home front in your family situation like that. And it may say that you're going to have to take charge of some situation that probably involves material matters. So it could be about a number of things. I mean, it could just be about the physical security of the home or the situation. It could be about budget efforts. The Knight of Swords kind of throws it towards the idea that maybe there's a specific goal or achievement. And, just as an example, I have moved location a couple times in the holiday season, and it is no fun. It really does take a lot of management skills, I think, to effectively pull that off with all the other things that are going on during the holiday season.
Pointed out she got the King of Pentacles last week, which is interesting.
I don't actually remember that, but I'll take your word for that, of course.
So organization and getting things in order, whether it's in the house, with your material objects and things in the house, or I'm sensing, so that's where maybe this is coming in with the home. We may have said something about that before, and I mean, maybe with the Knight of Swords here, it's saying that this is really becoming front and center now, that you really need to I'm going to say it this way, clean up your act a little bit here with either your home goods or with your finances. This is time. It's just for some reason.
Well, I get the feeling it could be something else that's just sort of an undertaking happening around the home or in connection with that. It may not necessarily be about money stuff.
Right.
It could be, though.
It could be, though. And so, because also maybe it has something to do with some home improvement as well.
Are we going to fit Purgati in?
And speaking of home, we'll put Purgati in, but Purgati, we still got quite a ways to go. Yeah. So you might want to leave your question and check later. Let's put Purgati in, and Violet, I'll close the list. Well, I saw that about your catalog. Oh, boy.
Okay, so, Laura, I'm finishing up with the Lenormand now. And I know some of that was a little bit vague. It just sort of feels like it's about your home and important things going on there that you have to get a handle on. And just to clarify, of course, we're getting the tree, which can talk about family stuff, but it talks about growth potentials and other things too, health. And then following that is the gentleman. And I'm wondering if somebody is coming to the home, maybe, and maybe that's causing the situation. I don't know if that's a gentleman caller or if it's a person who maybe is moving into the home for some reason. Or, I'll let you take a handle on there. Oh, hi, Kate.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Sorry, I'm a little ahead of things. I admit I've even got tree earrings on. All right. Well, Well, I have to agree with Mr. O a little bit here, only in saying that maybe, because, this is also general, right, about the week ahead.
Right.
So I'm saying here that maybe somebody will come to visit. Maybe somebody also could help you out with your projects here. I also can't help but wonder here if this King of Pentacles isn't tied into this gentleman here.
Oh.
Maybe...
So consulting with somebody that can give you help, whether it's a friend or a person.
Advice or advice about the home. I would say, so it is kind of ambiguous a little bit here. Could this also be, you're not taking classes right now?
She was in class. I don't know if she got through that or not.
Oh.
If the semester's over.
So I don't know if this is a counselor advisor that's helping you with some project or, future goal or something.
I said...
Learning. This is also about knowledge and learning.
That's an interesting thought there. I sort of feel that, does the tutor visit? Because maybe then it's true.
The tutor, it could very well be.
But for some reason I got this idea that the gentleman maybe doesn't have to be aligned with the king. Maybe he's aligned with the Knight of Swords. And then that does make it sound like somebody who maybe has another interest in coming over to visit or something else.
Well, it could just mean, it could just be describing the person coming by, that they're very, they move fast, they're very logical. This just really does smack of a teacher to me in some way, or like you said, a tutor or advisor.
Well,
because like I said, the tree can be about knowledge.
Swords are about, mental things more so than the
Right.
King of Coins. So it could be, this is probably more indicative of that tutor, perhaps. I see.
And so that's kind of interesting.
Well, that's what we have for you, vague as it may
Vague as
be.
it may be. It seems like, again, get your home and your financial affairs. Make sure you're looking after everything right now. And also, to me, I feel like this might be beneficial, this visit from the tutor, by the looks of things. I think you will gain some understanding or knowledge that you need to have.
Yeah, that's right, because Tree has education aspects. Sonny's
So we
very
have for you.
cute right
Good luck
now.
with that.
When he's not being bad, Kate, he's very cute. Good luck, Laura. You're very welcome.
All right, moving on to Seven Oceans, right? And I think they wrote
it
a
is.
question.
I don't remember if they left a question.
They did, just recently.
Seven Earth did.
Oh, Seven Earth did. Seven Oceans, are
Does
you
it really?
here?
Thank you, Laura. No, they left a question because they weren't going to be here. Seven Earth. Who's next?
Okay,
though?
Seven Oceans, I think.
Got it.
I hope I'm right.
Yeah, I just don't know that they left a question.
Yes, Seven Oceans. Okay. Well, we'll see if they're here. Mr. O, while waiting for them, you might want to make an announcement or two, and I'm heading for something I need.
All right. So, announcement or two. We will be back on Thursday. It tends to be a quieter night, but lately we've been getting more business at both our places. And of course, I would like to remind everybody that we weren't here for happy hour this Saturday because we went to our event, but we will be here next week for happy hour, and that's December 3rd. I think it's December 3rd, 10 o'clock a.m. And I see Seven Oceans questions, so that's good. Don't forget to watch my emotional exchanges on Fridays. And also, Banshee's Material Matters was on this morning. It's a great show. Check that out too. And I'm still trying to kill time. Time off again. No, I'm referring to the time off we just had. Hey, you don't pay my paycheck, Mr. Angel. See? And you don't pay Sonny's. That's why he just walked off the set. He's like, I don't get union fees, so I can go when I want. He'll be back, and so will the Banshee. And I'm out of messages. Let me look through my list here and see if I have any other messages. Well, this one's the boring one. We are here for entertainment purposes only. Well, it's more than that. Banshee, you never should have left me alone here. I'm just going crazy. You shouldn't have done it.
What's the matter? Can't you handle it?
They heard you.
I hope they did. I hope they did, Mr. O.
It's not me that doesn't hear things, but I'm not going to bring that up again.
You just
Except
did.
I just did.
You just did. All right. All right, sorry about that, but I'm tired of not having my poop together here. So
I'm just teasing everybody.
Did we ever get a question?
I thought Oceans gave us one. Messages for the week to come.
Okay, let's
So
roll.
whose deck is it? I don't even remember.
I think it's...
My deck.
What?
My deck.
Is it? Okay.
Help us, Violet. our long COVID may be flaring right now.
Uh-oh.
It was mine, so it's yours.
Okay, I thought so. Now, I haven't used Cyril Marchetti yet. I did bring Cyril Marchetti back. Let's do that.
You're welcome, Pragati. Yeah, we can only do one of those questions.
We're very busy today because we were off, of course, Thursday, so we're making up for it.
Yeah. And we're long-winded, but some of our folks aren't, so they may not always stick around, and so it has helped out with the list. Okay, so what's happening this week for Seven Ocean Sky?
All right.
All right, Kate, thanks for dropping in.
Take care, Kate.
Thanks for watching Material Matters.
Appreciate you. Hey, we got the TFT party card front and center, 4 of Wands.
It's the Four of Wands.
We do follow that up with the 9 of Pentacles reversed. And we have the 8 of Wands upright. It's Wands.
Well, it looks like you're broke after a big, energetic party.
Well,
at work, you know, the office
or maybe
Christmas party.
Too much of a good thing.
But this is a happy card. This suggests that, you know, you feel happy about something, you want to celebrate it, or you want it to be remembered. It's a happy occasion. It is the harvest home. It's kind of like the idea of work was hard, but now we can kind of kick back a little bit. The 9 of Pentacles reversed maybe indicates that to some degree you're not exactly satisfied. Thank you, Sunny.
No, I took up all the room here, sadly. So
You're not exactly satisfied with things as
stay
they
there a
are,
minute,
despite
just for
the
a
idea
minute.
that, you know, there is something to celebrate. Maybe it's not the sense of true satisfaction. You know, there's still a lingering, like, well, it could have been better. And the kitty butt is blessing your reading.
So.
Kara said it first.
All right, so I can't see the cards at all again. Just refresh.
You think I
me.
can?
It's the 4 of Wands upright. It's the 9 of Pentacles reversed,
And it's the 8 of Wands, the one that I'm
upright.
desperately trying to get to.
So here we go, Seven Oceans. You know, I feel like there's a reason to celebrate. There's a reason for positive energy. Yet, so don't... There's a reason for positive energy, and it's as if things are on the move now. Things seem to be like you have a lot of energy and drive and motivation. You need to focus it on what is most important to you and what you value the most. Sometimes, you know, we have all these things. We have all these things that we want to do, or maybe that even we have acquired already, and we're confused about what to do next. You need to focus on what is of most value to you at this time, as opposed to, you know, everything. So there's a reason to celebrate, though, how far you've come. But make sure that you're not squandering this energy on things that don't need your attention right now. I'm just picking that up. I'm just, you know.
I like that. I do feel that sometimes we underestimate the idea of that 8 of Wands, and the idea that, you know, sometimes we may put more energy towards something, overplay our hand, as they say. This could be saying that that's the idea too, that maybe there were more expectations, and we will ground ourselves. I think the 9 of Pentacles reverses, we will ground ourselves along with that 8 there in the idea that, you know, sometimes you can't have everything, you know, but you do get enough usually.
Mm-hmm. That's, let's do the Lenormand on that,
Lenormand.
of course. Let me grab them. So why did I run away? I went upstairs to get a deck I want to keep down here, and I kept forgetting to bring it down. Actually, it's a couple of little tiny decks. One is a timeline deck, and one is a time frame deck. And so I know people oftentimes have questions about time frames, and I just thought it would help with some of the readings. It's not going to be, 100% accurate, but it might give us something to go on with timing when you're asking those kind of questions. All right. And this was for the week, right?
Mm-hmm. The reindeer and the tree, the evergreen.
So it's ironic to me because, we do have a lot of times in this card, there's a couple of versions of this card where the woman is picking fruit from a tree or picking things off a tree, grapes from a grapevine, etc. And so here we have the tree, ironic that, and we have the reindeer, which is the rider, which is movement. So I feel here that you have a lot of energy to burn. You need to move it towards what it is you truly want to grow. You have a lot going for you already, or a lot of irons in the fire, but what is of most value to you, and what is it you really want to take root and grow?
Well, it may be that this is coming to you in this week ahead too, that the idea that the reindeer is the rider, that
yes,
growth,
it could be news,
that
or it
growth
could be
is,
movement.
or the idea of news of growth, or the idea of opportunities, or the idea of things you can do that are festive perhaps, or enjoying, your sense of accomplishments. It's coming to you.
I think this is a real growth cycle for you, actually, and it's probably going to carry on beyond next week. It's showing that you maybe are planting the seeds for something now. You have a foundation here, and you really need to apply yourself and focus your intent on it right now and move it forward. Good luck with that.
And I'm sorry, but sunny hair is flying all over my face.
Now he's going to start coughing or sneezing again.
I may. And you'll be useless at reviving me when I pass out.
I know. Not only do I have to do the Heimlich maneuver, I'll probably have to do
It was your plan all along. Okay, Seven Ocean gave us their, or Seven Earth Princess gave us their question. Should the family and I move back home, and will that solve life's challenges? So we're going to do that. I think we'll do that as a regular 3-card, but if we don't really feel we're getting a good answer, we'll do a
quick
yes or no. All right, so thank you for leaving your question. And it's not a bad idea, folks, to leave the question with our moderator, or to leave the question in the chat room, and then we'll just get to it. And of course, we'll still have to have a cutoff point where we no longer accept those, but we realize that we get a lot of readings, and because we want to spend the right amount of time with each question, we do tend to get
and talking too long, which I do too. Oh, that's just look at him,
and mauling each other on stage.
Sonny is like just staring at the hat. He's been staring at the hat a lot.
You've hypnotized him.
I know, I think I have. Sonny, you are such a card. All right.
All right.
What you got?
6 of Cups, upright. Then it's the reversed Queen of Wands. And then it's the upright Hanged Man. Wow, this so speaks to your situation, Seven Earth. Or at least to me it does. It seems to me like there's a lot of memories of happiness or better times that's probably tied up with the idea of the family. So the idea of returning to the family does sort of have this appeal because it was a place that generated good feelings and memories. You have the Queen of Wands in the middle, and she's reversed. And my immediate response was, this sort of indicates a person that you don't really necessarily appreciate there. I don't know if it's a parent figure or another figure, but it could also be talking about the idea that you don't have a sense of confidence or feeling empowered in doing this idea of returning back there, or that maybe you feel confident about where it helps you with those problems. And so ultimately, it's not exactly a crapshoot, but it is the idea that you have to question what it is you may be giving up and what it is you may be getting in return truly. So you really will have to think about this a lot. It isn't a clear answer on some level.
Well, this isn't easy for you, I think, with the Queen of Wands reversed here to make this decision for some reason. You know, you either have reservations or you lack the confidence that this is the right thing to do, which is probably why you're asking us. And I feel here that, you know, one thing I just want you to keep in mind is that we can revisit the past, but sometimes it's hard to go back. You know, in other words, maybe things were better there, maybe things were good, and maybe you feel they were because you are hanging on to some happiness from the past. But we can't live in the past, you know, and so oftentimes when we go back, things aren't always the same. And so I think the Hanged Man is saying here, though, you know, maybe you've been giving this a lot of thought, and now is the time that to come down off of that, you know, off of that perch you've been on and take some action one way or another and make the choice. It's not telling us it's either right or wrong at this point to do it, but it is showing that you do have your doubts here, I think. And,
yeah, that is a good point. It's sort of, and you know, that was probably in your question even. It sort of had that sense of doubt there. So I'm going to pull the Lenormand just to see what we can find.
Yeah, let's see if that gives us enough to go on to give you the full answer.
Wow, this dude keeps showing up. The dude keeps showing up. The gentleman and the tree. And I really shuffled them, and one was from the top and one was from the bottom.
Okay, so if by what you're saying about going home again involves moving in with someone, if the family is moving back with a former partner, for example, this possibly is indicative that maybe they have grown up a bit, maybe they have grown a bit, and that you could... And maybe you're seeing that or sensing that, and that's why you want to do it. Just be sure for you that it is the right thing to do. Do we want to do a yes, no? Are you happy with that, or what do you have to add to
I
that?
kind of feel it's okay. I think the idea of what you said resonates there. The idea that maybe this may represent somebody that was involved in the household before, and maybe, you know, it's time to maybe give it a chance because maybe there has been growth in a better direction.
And oftentimes the tree itself talks about family. So if this is pulling a family back together and restoring some harmony, then, you know, I would say make it a go, but really be sure this is the right thing to do, and you're not just relying on, you know, joys from the past, because like I said, you know, things change in time, and you can't always bring that back again.
Ramandeep, thanks for coming to the show, but I'm not sure we can get to you. We have an incredibly long list.
Yeah, Ramandeep.
And we're almost at the end of our time limit, and we still have so many more to go. So we would just kindly ask you to consider coming back on Thursday night if you
or
can.
Sunday, next Sunday, and
Sunday.
we'll try to get you in for sure. You know, we'll keep in mind that we missed you this week, and we'll try to get you in. Have to apologize, but yeah, we can't do it today.
Appreciate it.
Good to see you again. That's what we have for you, Seven Earth Princess. I hope that helps. All right, and we are on Juliet.
Okay, Juliet. Thanks, Ramandeep.
Hey, Juliet. Good to see you. Hope you are still here. Yeah, give it another minute, because sometimes there's a delay. I recognize that.
And I'll just mention nothing in particular again.
I could talk about my journey of the Fool more. You will need the major arcana out in order of the cards. You could put them in a circular pattern with the Fool on the, well, with the Fool kind of transitory. The Fool is going to move around the board, needless to say.
There's Juliet. Okay.
Hey, Juliet.
You must have sensed somebody's itchy fingers.
Go ahead and type your question.
Yeah, give us your question, Juliet. Thank you.
And then you have another deck because...
Love reading. Single. All right.
Not only will it be a Fool's Journey, it will also be a reading for the collective as well. And so you could do your own reading for yourself off of this. All right.
Get your deck.
So what do we got? Love reading. All right, Julia, let's see what we got going here. What's cooking? Let's do this one again.
It also hasn't escaped us that we didn't quite get around to doing a past life reading in November.
It's haunting us.
So it is haunting us, yes.
We have to do one.
So we are thinking we can do it relatively soon. We didn't think we could do it in this next week, but it may be early the following week. It might be Monday night. It might be out of our normal schedule. We haven't figured it out yet, but we wanted to get that done before we get into the rest of December possible offerings.
So I know Mr. O's journey was a little over. How much time was your journey? Your meditation you did on?
I think the whole thing was about 45 minutes.
45 minutes. I would say we plan on that. And I got to talk to Mr. O about
Violet.
a couple of logistics. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way we can keep the chat open a little bit after the video for some discussion.
Yeah, I'm sure we can figure out how to do that.
All right.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Or the worst case scenario, move it into Zoom, but I don't think we're ready to do that.
Yeah. Well, we'll
Maybe.
see. That's an interesting thought. All right, Juliet. Well, good news here. The Four of Wands has reappeared again, upright.
There's the 4 of Wands.
And we have another 4 for you, and this is going to be really interesting. It's the 4 of Cups reverse.
So that's 2 4s.
Oh, don't stop there. Mysteriously, we have 3 4s.
3 4s.
Play that number. 4
Wow.
4 4.
This is really interesting.
It is.
I'm going to say that maybe something interesting in your life romantically could happen 44 minutes into a 4th hour. So maybe it'll be dreaming in the middle of the night. You know, at 4:44 you'll dream of your ideal mate.
Huh.
But I'm teasing, of course. I just love the synergy of the numbers, the 3 4s.
It's really interesting that they all came out together. And they're all well aspected, I have to tell you, for your question. I think there is a reason to celebrate, Juliet. And I think it's going to be you're going to be happy and overjoyed at a new opportunity that comes your way. Perhaps it's a date. Perhaps it's meeting somebody new that maybe has some potential here. I'm just puzzled by the 4 of Swords.
It's a
here.
love nest. You're going to leave every one of us behind and go off into your love nest. No, the Four of Wands really, or Swords really talks about taking a rest. This could be saying like maybe this is so exciting that you take a vacation with this person, or you make plans to really get away, you know.
It could be. I also wonder if it's just saying maybe to be sure that you're ready for it, you know.
That's true.
Take it slow. Don't move too fast on this. I mean, definitely move it forward, but be wary not to move too fast. This might be the only caution in the reading. But I feel here there's definitely something brewing when I see this combination of cards right here. And this is not necessarily a bad card. What it might be saying is that if you've been feeling down and blue about being single, this might be saying that, you know, a recovery is starting to take place.
Right. You know, a lot of times when we do the 3-card reading, either of us may be drawn to see one card is more central or one card more beginning of the affair, because we do tend to see a chain or a progression there. And so I feel that is true, that this could be meaning that too, that really it is saying, you know, you are really happy to feel that you've come out of a famine era in your love life, so to speak, or an area of rest or removal from the scene to move towards, you know, looking at that ideal person. Because the Four of Cups reverse really does sound like somebody who is making an ideal choice of sorts. The Four of Cups reverse means finding the one thing or person you really want to pick.
I think Angel Rivera, that Carol was referring to a past life reading we did for her before. I'm pretty sure about that, but so yeah, if you had stepped away for work, that's I think where the discussion went.
Yeah, I've been wondering about that concubine discussion going on there in the chat. I think we did
say, remember, wasn't there a card? I'm pretty sure, yeah. That was funny. Our past life readings are fun.
They are.
Just take them for what they are.
Ho, ho, ho!
Juliet, I don't know. I really, you know what? We can't guarantee our results here, you know.
Holy tomatoes, Juliet.
You got the sun.
The sun.
And then you've got the moon. Now, I don't know what could be more powerful than that. So all I can tell you is don't expect this to just fall out of the sky. You got to make sure you put yourself in a position to meet this person. I think there's definitely some positive energy here. The sun is indicating success in what you are striving for, and the moon can be about a little bit of romance. So definitely, you know, make yourself available in whatever way you can, because these prospects look positive, and you'll have to keep us posted on that. I hope we're right about that. Good luck to you.
Good luck, Juliet.
All right, you got to pick those cards up if you can. I think
TFT After Dark. I like that.
Not for under 18.
And I think between us we have enough decks to use.
For the risque stuff.
But I didn't start the conversation about the concubine.
True that, Mr. O. True that. All right, who's up? Who's up?
Thanks, Juliet.
Kara, I think. Am I right? Or did I miss someone? Kara's up. Kara, what does Ancestors have for you? All right. Your deck, Mr. O.
They just say ho, ho, ho for some reason.
Sunny is taking a sleep break.
The sexy whistle. I get it. He heard that. I can't really whistle. He's like, where is that?
Maybe it's bothering his ears. Maybe it's bothering everybody else's. I stop him from singing. I stop him from whistling.
No, you don't.
I don't. By the way, I didn't bring up earlier when everybody was saying Sonny needs a hat. Is that hat still around here?
I
Good luck
almost
trying
got up
get
to
it
look
on.
for it. I'm trying to
We
remember.
do have a hat, and he wore
I
it
mentioned
once
it.
for,
I mentioned it, actually.
what, 10 seconds?
I mentioned it.
Yeah. Just enough time to shoot a picture or two.
Well, we do have that one video where he's just shaking it off furiously.
Yeah.
I used it somewhere. I don't remember where.
It hurt. I saw that. Quit taunting him. He was so calm and sleeping. Sleeping there.
But this is a love question. No, wait, it isn't. It was Violet saying sexy whistle. Okay, so what is the question? It's about the ancestors?
Yes, the ancestors have for Kara.
All right. Judgment reversed.
Uh-oh, Kara.
Read 'em and weep. King of Coins reversed. Well, the ancestors always have the last word, Kara. I don't know what to tell you. 4 of Coins upright.
You know, you must have a cranky ancestor right there. That's what I have to say. You have a cranky ancestor who is worried about you, is maybe saying, you know, if you don't take better care of your resources or the things that you value, you know, you're going to lose them. You know, you're going to lose them. And he doesn't have a lot of patience with that, you know. And he wants you, and he wants you, you know, in a way, he wants to knock on your door and give you a wake-up call about that it is time to take care of the things, and I'm going to even expand it out a little bit, or the people that you value.
It looks like everybody, including your ancestors, is calling you out a little bit, Kara, Violet, and all of us. I think it's really clear. There is one ancestor. There is one ancestor in particular who wants you to kind of rein it in. They want you to reassess value and what is valuable. And so it's not just about eating the best food all the time or deciding you don't want to exercise or whatever it is. But it is really about saying understanding value in your life and understanding how it can be up to a judgment call that maybe things could change dramatically. You have to invest in yourself as well as your own future.
I like it. I mean, I don't like it. I'm not saying, you know, sorry we had to give you tough love there.
Busted, as
But
Violet
that's
says.
the ancestors for you. Sometimes they do that.
So let's look at Lenormand. I know we called you out, but we still love you. And we'll still tell you when we are having lasagna. Book, followed by the coffin. So not knowing, not having the knowledge could be detrimental to things.
Yeah, that's not meaning you're going to die.
No.
It doesn't mean that.
I said detrimental.
You know, what's really interesting about this is it almost seems like a redundancy to me. But I think what I'm picking up is actually that this message is truly coming from beyond the grave.
Oh, wow.
And that, you know, they want you to take it in. And as a matter of fact, maybe your ancestor here is saying you should consult with us more. So feel free
Read a book.
So, like
Read a
almost
book.
every time you come, Kara, you need to ask an ancestor question and get the tough love. No. Get the message that you need. It won't always be tough. But I think what they're saying is that really this message is truly from them and they have your best interests at heart. They want to get you to see this. They want you
it's
to
not
get
about
you to
a
see
dramatic
this.
change. It's not about saying I'm joining Vic Tanny's. Ooh, I just dated myself. Or whatever it is.
They've been gone for a long time.
It's really about saying, you know, you'll think about this and you'll understand about bringing true value to your life.
That's what we have for you.
The end.
Good luck with that.
Good luck, Kara.
You're on Angel Rivera. Yay. All right, Angel.
And just for you, we have the Risque Tarot. There we go. Well, we do have some. That was a good question. It was a good question. You're right, Lisa.
You're welcome, Kara.
You are welcome, Kara. And I don't know for sure, but I haven't told Banshee this, but sometimes we get invited to attend a local Yule time kind of psychic fair. It only happened to me once a few years ago. I think we both went to that, though, didn't we? It was, that person from PPD.
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, and it was like, it was up there in Warren.
And
they haven't had one in a couple of years, but I just have a sense it might happen. So who knows? We might be reading cards locally in Detroit area before Christmas time. We'll see.
I'm going to try the new deck out for you, Angel. The Earthly Souls
a single
and
oracle.
Spirits
All
Moon
right.
Oracle.
Well, my oracle wants to fight your oracle.
Oh.
No, I'm teasing.
Did you want to draw one of those with mine?
How about if you draw one and I draw one?
Did I just not say that?
No, I did. Sorry, it's both of us.
Yeah, you're getting one from each.
Mine is the Thoth Journey, the Oracle of Change. I've read it a couple of times here in the set. It's kind of like they're looking at the Thoth Crawley deck and making it just really nicer. Not so much, risque. You first. Ladies first.
It's Serenity.
Oh, it's lovely. I love that.
Isn't it pretty? I like the artwork. It's kind of dreamy or soft kind of images. So it's all about acceptance and peace. And she includes quotes from spiritual leaders and other famous peoples in here. And this one is, serenity comes when you trade expectations for acceptance. And that's Gautama Buddha. Accept your fate, your destined road to be traveled. Some things cannot be changed. This is a simple fact. Once you have come to terms with and embrace acceptance, you can feel at peace. Let life flow through the twists and turns as you navigate it naturally. Walk in a state of contentment and tranquility, however it is for you to know the difference and to choose for yourself. Is it change that you want, and is it possible? If so, go for it. Make a plan and put positive change into forward motion. You've got this, and you can make it happen. Improve and rise up to your high standards to reach what you are deserving of. Every day, the choice is yours. Be proactive. And there is an intention here, and it says, make peace with your situation unless you can and want to make a change for a better outcome. So, what is it that's saying, right? Is it an AA saying or somebody else? Accept the things we cannot.
With grace, right, yeah. Except with grace, the things you cannot change.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's basically that message here. And, I think you've been doing it really well. You had to put up with a short staff at work. And, of course, I think you know how to go with that flow. So sometimes you accept those things that you cannot change. But those things you truly desire to change, make them happen if you can.
So I pulled the card from the Thoth Journey, the Oracle of Change, and it was the Eight of Fire, Fire 8, which of course would be like the Eight of Wands. So I'm going to tell you what it says. Fire 8 brings you a challenge to seek deeper meaning, to find the divine in the mundane and in the element of fire. This occurs through the creative process, the will to lead and to expand your world. Drawing this card suggests a turn for the better, which happens quicker than you might have imagined and with more ease. Communication breakthroughs are likely and usually welcome. Prepare for new insights and a fresh viewpoint. So, of course, it is like the Eight of Wands, and so it does suggest the idea of bringing energy and maybe speed to focus on what you need to focus on.
Maybe on what you need to change. If you do feel something needs to change. Apply that energy of the Eight of Wands, And maybe it's also saying is, be serene and accept the things you cannot change or can't be changed now. Strike when the iron is hot and when you have that energy in order to do so. I wonder about that.
Nice.
Yeah.
So finally, the Lenormand for this, and we're just going to let you draw the Lenormand.
Well, whether it's related to this or not, you know what? Did you say your coworker came back?
Let her smile, 'cause she's a lady.
There's a lady in here, but interestingly enough, there's also the clock tower, which is about the workplace. So that's why I'm asking if was it a female coworker?
Does somebody have a biological clock ticking? That's
she
a
comes
tower
back
moment.
tomorrow. Oh my gosh. So I can't help but wonder if this is about, the situation now changing for the better. And, you've gotten through it really well. But for some reason, when I saw that Serenity card, I thought about the way you were managing the situation. Some people could really act out over the stress and strain of the extra work and stuff that hours you had to put in and stuff you had to do. But, and so it's interesting that came up. But I almost feel that's about her return.
Very nice, Angel. Very nice.
So it seems to me now your energy is going to be returning as well. And you'll be able to apply it to things you really want to do and apply it towards. Whether they are things you want to change or just get off the ground. Good luck with that,
Knock
Angel.
on wood.
And yes, Violet, I will gladly read from this deck for you. It's very nice. I like it. I'm glad I got it. I saw it before on, I think this is, oh gosh, I want to see who published it real quick. U.S. Games. I saw it before on their sites and I wasn't sure. But then when I saw it in the store, I thought, you know what? I kind of like the idea. I'll give it a chance. And
Focus now. M12 is next and asked about love life in the near future. Will they meet a partner soon?
Will they meet a partner soon?
Well, I'm going back to the Uncommon
It's great that I
Tarot.
brought my timeline deck out. Maybe we can try it.
You can
for
experiment.
that. I don't want to discourage you, though, if it says it's not going to be right away. But let's see what our cards say first. They may give us the answer.
Thanks, Violet and Angel.
Well, I like the kind of softness of the tones and the art. It really appeals to me. So that's why I did it. I at first thought, is it going to be witchy, kitschy, and not really of substance, but it is. I really like it. Somebody is showing off their cleaning skills here. He's a clean cat.
All right, we open with the Six of Coins.
Upright?
Upright. I'll just lay that there.
It's okay, Sonny. Oh, too late.
Okay, I won't lay that there. And then there's the Ten of Swords reversed.
Ah.
And then the King of Wands upright. And I can't even see the cards here, so I have to stand up.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for pastels, and I love watercolor art. I do. All right. Yeah, I have to choose.
This is a lot to get a handle on, too, because of the cards.
I need
the
to...
Six of Coins.
Yeah.
The Ten of Swords. Reversed, and the King of Wands.
So, okay, I'm just trying to think about this now. They are kind of unusual cards on 12 for a love reading, but not totally. The Six of Coins, though, refers to this idea of going with the flow of energy.
You know what? I am so sorry. It is
what?
The 4. Sorry. You know, it's a little bit hard. It's the 4 coins.
Got it. Okay. All right, let me rethink this. So I think here that... Yeah, I got to think about it a minute.
Well,
go ahead.
I'm just going to say in general that maybe there is the possibility that there's something going on. It seems like there's a clinginess here. The 4 coins sort of talks about somebody that maybe is holding on to something. Is that you holding on to an idea about how relationships should be, or what your standard for a relationship is based on the past? But the reminder, too, that, you know, with the Ten of Swords, things can return to better from a bad situation. You can reverse the results of bad relationships. And so maybe this is saying that a part of the situation is that you do cling to maybe a past idea of a relationship, but it is time to maybe move on from there. And once you can, it is really about being magnanimous, being charismatic, putting all your best traits into that. That's the King of Wands. So that could even represent, maybe this could be talking about the kind of person coming towards you, somebody who maybe has moved on from their own feelings of relationships, maybe being clingy, maybe they saw that in themselves, and now they are releasing themselves to be this nice person coming to you. Or it's the other way, like I said, maybe it's you doing this and you finding yourself being more appealing to people because you do that.
You know, I'm going to look at this 4 of Pentacles in a slightly different way. My intuition is telling me this, M12. Are you holding back? Are you holding yourself back? You know, what is our most precious possession that we hold on to? It's us. You know, it's our heart. You know, and so I'm wondering here, have you been holding back because of some betrayal or some relationship that went sour, and, you know, you're still kind of shaky from that experience? I'm just throwing that out there because I'm sensing that a little bit. I feel that once you are able to let go more and heal more, when the time is right, I feel the person is there. I feel there's a person there, and it could be a fire sign. It could be somebody a little bit more mature, or shall I say slightly older than you. Maybe somebody who is in the realm of business and industry, you know, as a career path, or maybe they, you know, if in school, that's where their courses are leading them. I think something might be coming. I think it's highly possible. I can't say when, because I also feel a lot is dependent on what you are putting out here. You are being open to it.
No, it's the timing cards. You said you wanted to experiment with
it. I do want to experiment with that and try it. I feel, well, okay, so you are open to love. Have you been having a negative relationship? Because if not, I want to look at this a little bit differently. Did you come out of a very bad experience recently?
And I sort of felt that too, but I wanted to look at the Ten of Swords as sort of like the aftermath, removing yourself, picking up your pieces, and moving on. But it is indicative of maybe something that felt, you know, like it was really bad, you know, a stab in the back or a horrible way to end a relationship.
Well, okay, I'm going to just say one other thing about this then, because if that's something you have experienced up to now, what this could be saying is that, you know, be sure that you don't sell yourself short for love. You know, because you could, so you could put your, be sure that you don't sell yourself too short for love, because the thing is, you could put yourself in a situation where You are at risk of being taken advantage of by somebody. Somebody who is very attractive, somebody who is very magnetic, and could lead you the wrong way.
Well, I did kind of try to indicate that if this wasn't so much about your own feelings or your own background, that this could be that other person, and that maybe they represent as somebody who has a vulnerability based on their own bad things. But it is time to just put out a suitable caveat too, that of course, sometimes people are not always exactly what they say they are. And so it is, of course, just an idea to be cautious and get to really know a person.
Let's do a quick yes/no. Go
Absolutely.
ahead and pick those up before we even do the Lenormand or we do the timeline. I want to see if there's any reason to do the timeline.
So we're just basically asking,
will they meet their partners soon?
Will they meet a partner soon?
And soon may be a relative thing if I throw the timeline cards. I've seen 2 years as one of the time frames. But then I saw here before the winter months end. So there's a variety of possibilities with this deck.
Okay, so that could be addressing that in a way. Ten of Swords is usually bad things happening, destructive things, or, hurtful things. And so the reverse of that does indicate moving away from that, sort of getting an upper hand or moving beyond that. So I'm counting.
Yes, are you? Was that an ace? No, okay, it was a knight. Your deck is confusing to me, Mr. O. I'll let you handle it. Is that the wheel or is that the ace? Aha.
2 aces.
What's in
and
the
the
middle?
Page of Wands.
It could be a date coming. There could be something coming. But remember again, you have to put in a little work to make that happen. And maybe I'm going to pull the Lenormand now and see what we get.
So 2 aces means it's leaning more towards yes than no.
Now,
the Page of Wands maybe indicates that this will be coming to you as a message of some sort. Maybe somebody inviting you out for a date or something like that. It may be news about somebody who maybe wants to be introduced to you, that kind of thing.
is this something that could happen online even, where you meet somebody and you start chatting it up and there's interest made there? I feel that it does have to do with communication and messages, but it could also indicate a first date, the beginning of something, a fresh start. And it definitely could mean a new relationship coming. But it's leaning towards yes. It's not a definite yes. So, Lenormand, please.
So the first one, honest, we don't stack the decks. It's the heart. And then the stars. And I think this is saying, be hopeful. Take hope. Feel that really it is just because you are maybe moving yourself into this mindset where you want to gravitate this way. Maybe that's all that was necessary, was for you to actually decide you were ready to take this step.
remain hopeful, but not only that, you mentioned here your heart is open. You are more than open for this, so remain that way. And also, by all means, be sure to put yourself in positions where you can meet people. Definitely it's going to require you to be more social, in a variety of aspects of your life. If you are already, keep at it. This is definitely saying not to lose hope. Don't matter what color you pick, just pick one. Yeah, blindly is good.
How nice.
Okay, so this claims within a month, but I'm not sure I would be that optimistic, but I am not going to argue with the cards.
Can I show it?
You will in a minute. It basically says if you can consistently stay in alignment and feel happy daily, the time frame is within a month. But I want to change that happy word to something, which I just forgot because you took it away and I was really trying to think. If you can consistently stay in alignment and put yourself in positions where you can meet people, then the time frame is within a month. Remain positive, keep your heart open, and keep at it. I think that's the message here. And a month, it could happen within the month. It could happen by the end of the year. I am feeling very optimistic about what I'm seeing, especially
the cards look good.
We have the heart and the star. It's a very nice combination. So I wish you success with that. Good luck, M12.
Good luck, and put your best foot forward is all we can tell you. So who's next? Jano?
Jano is up.
Hey, Jano. Are you still around?
It's a tough time of year, too, when you're single. I know that. Hang in there as best you can and keep at it. I just say, it's frustrating. Oh, my gosh. Well, obviously, it's been more than a few years since I've had to date anyone. So, all I can say is just keep at it. If this is what you truly desire, keep going for it. I wish you success. You're very welcome, M12. Everybody deserves love. Everybody. Jano! Did Jano leave a question, Violet? Oh, Kara. I'm so sorry.
Lisa! Thank you!
Lisa, did you do something?
You won't see it there.
Won't it won't come up? Okay. Oh,
Thank you, sweetie.
Lisa.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Our friend Lisa gave us a very nice donation. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Last call for Jano. Maybe Jano just stopped in? I thought they wanted a reading, though. I seem to remember they wanted to be added.
Violet has hit the countdown button.
Kara.
Yes, throw a wrench into everything, don't you, Kara? Don't you?
You are a silly little elf, aren't you?
Okay, gluten-free is up next, if gluten-free is also around.
Hey, gluten-free. Hope you're with us. We'll give gluten-free a few minutes, moments. Hey, we're getting there, Violet. We're getting there with the list, so no worries. Your finger's still twitching. Calm it down. Maybe you need a doctor to check into that. I have eye twitches. My eye will start vibrating from time to time.
So gluten-free probably isn't here either. Who could blame them?
Yeah, we've taken our time today. Well, you know what? We've gone a half hour into overtime. Light now.
So let's just close now.
No, we will not.
All right, so go ahead and do the countdown.
Yeah, go ahead and do the countdown. It's the final countdown.
It's the final countdown. Diddling ding ding. Diddling ding ding.
There's Buddy.
Oh, Lisa, you're so sweet. Thank you so much.
Should I let... Whoa. Hey.
God,
okay.
The chat room's blowing
Should
up.
I let go of
Stop it, you people.
Should I let go of the idea that I will be friends with my Libra? Oh.
It's your deck, right?
Yes, I'll use this one again. Well, let's throw 3 cards first. It's an easy yes no, but I want to see what comes out. Okay, Mr. O, you're up. Shuffle.
How do you want to do this?
I said 3 cards.
Okay.
I said it's an easy yes no, but I wanted to do 3 cards.
Right.
You might have been typing while I was saying that. All right. Okay, it's a 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups is upright. The Keeper of Wands is the Queen of Wands, and that's upright. The 2 of Coins is reversed. Now, I know this person meant a lot to you as a friend. You know, I realize that. And, Buddy, so I don't want to be harsh, or I don't want you to take this wrong when I say this, because the 5 of Cups is there. And what I wanted to say is I think you're dwelling too much on the relationship thing and whether you should let it go or not. You're disappointed at the loss, absolutely. You're looking sad and sorrowful, and you're feeling that in your soul. But you know, there is more to life than this. There is more to life than this one person. They may have been very, very important to you, but it may be time for now to look past it. And the reason I'm saying that is here, with the Queen of Wands upright, this is a time for you to shine and really project yourself out there to others right now. I feel like, you know, that you could attract, whether you're looking for friends or whether you're looking for more intimate relationship, this is a time where you can really impress people, and that people will be attracted to you. So holding on to something that is so uncertain right now and making you feel obligated or like you're hanging on to that hope is causing some imbalance to go on here. You know, it's allowing it to take over, you know, your life, where you need to find more balance and find time for more joy in other things right now. So it didn't give us a real answer here about that. My personal answer to you is, though, never give up hope. never give up hope, but you have to move on with your life. If something is meant to happen, it will, And I think the cards are saying today, it's time to let it go for a while.
Your attention is needed. We had a troll bot. Can you go ahead and do the band thing you like to do?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, buddy, I can't not agree with Banshee very well here. I'm going to try to offer some other ideas here. But I do think it's really a lot of that there is a point where maybe you are just going to have to let it go. You will have to let it go, if only for your own emotional peace. And the Queen of Wands says that maybe the best way to do that is really to focus on being able to be yourself as the good person who can be the good friend still to others who are willing to embrace that and to feel what you want to feel with them. So it is about returning to balance with the sense of your relationships, no matter how personally close that was, or just as a strong friendship or anything else. You need to open yourself up to the idea of other friendships that can come. And the Queen of Wands, sometimes presents as that kind of personality. She is a woman who maybe is assertive in the sense of what she wants in relationships, whether it's a deeper, more, romantic relationship or not. Because what she brings to the table is confidence and really liveliness. And I think these things showed up here because they are within you. You are a person who can find the confidence and the high energy in your own life to really work on this and move beyond towards the state where your presence magnifies people towards you. You bring new friends towards you. Maybe in that sense, there's always that hope there that person can return, but you can't really let that dictate this movement that's going to happen for you. Thank you, Violet. So the first card is the Anchor. And then we have the Humbug. That's what? Mice?
Snake.
So are you deceiving yourself? Are you holding on to the idea that something different could happen, but it is basically a deception? The holding on part is the Anchor. The Lenormand tends to just be pretty much blunt in a way that the tarot isn't always.
Well, I thought the tarot, with my interpretation, was rather blunt today, and I'm sorry about that, buddy. It's just what I felt when I saw that Five of Cups in particular, and coupled with the imbalance of the Two of Pentacles. Now, this is saying that, you are anchored in somebody, this is possible too, that you're anchored in somebody who may have led you on to believe that there's hope too. I'm going to throw that out as a possibility.
Oh, that would be me, right?
No, I thought the person, know.
No, because I've said it a few times.
Well, at any rate, I also said don't ever give up hope because things can change. But the other thing is, like what he was saying here, are you deceiving yourself that there is some hope here and you're kind of stuck in place? And so I think the universe in these cards at any rate are saying, don't get stuck here. Don't get stuck here right now. There may be a future and there may not be. Your life and your progress should not be held back on that hope. So keep the hope. Think fondly about the Libra. You have every right to do so, but no recriminations. Move forward. And don't feel bad or guilty about moving forward because really, you've tried everything you could, I feel, to make things right. And if that person did not even give you the chance to do so, then I think that's your answer. And, the cards are just kind of reinforcing that. I know you probably didn't want to hear this, but I hope this is something you take in and and you can move forward in a more positive direction from here. Because according to, what we see, you have a lot of prospects going for you with that Queen of Wands.
Yeah, don't underrate the fact that you have a lot of strong charisma and affirmative qualities. Find the person.
Oh, see ya, Angel. Take care.
Bye, Angel. I see.
You're welcome, buddy.
You're welcome, buddy. So Pragati is next.
Is that what it is?
And
I
Pragati has asked, how can they connect with their spirit guides better? So I'm going to use the Adrian Tarot for this one. Okay. Thank you, Violet.
With spirit guides better. Okay, that's a really good question, too, for Pragati. Yeah, I tried to block that person and it already said they were blocked. So I don't know if it's the same one from before or somebody blocked them before I did. I'm not sure what happened here. But at any rate...
Maybe you blocked them and you didn't realize you did.
No.
I meant Violet.
I have no idea. And, but I reported them. So it's best we can do for now.
I know, but...
Yeah, it seems like it is a bot. You're right. All right, Mr. O.
I don't know what to say, Violet.
Well, it said unblock them when I tried to block them. And I'm like, I didn't block them yet. So that's what makes me wonder what's going on there.
So there is the Five of Coins upright. And the Moon reversed. And then the Ace of Wands reversed. Now, I think this does have a message for you about how better to connect to the spirit guides. It may be that they are there, but you have to open up more somehow. Maybe you're not looking for them, metaphorically speaking, or otherwise in the right places. Maybe you seek them in places that they're not at somehow. But I think that the Moon shows it's possible, the Moon reverse shows it's possible to uncover this connection or to find this connection.
I'm not
just
nagging at you.
No, I know. I'm not sort of catching what happens, or I'm catching the parameters of about this. I don't know if the Ace of Wands is just saying that there's really a sense of not happening, the growth isn't happening at this time, that maybe there has to be more work on your end, and I would suppose that means meditations or devotional things that draw you closer to the spirit guide. I'm going to let Banshee jump in.
Okay. So, I'm looking at this and thinking here, I feel here you can't force it. I just feel like this is, using any kind of force to make it happen or to try to push it to happen isn't necessarily going to work. You desire this very much. You feel as though you can't open that door, or that maybe you have to find a way to push it open. But I really feel here it might be even simpler than that. We have the Moon reversed here, and the Moon reversed indicates that things will be revealed to you. So it's possible here that you're trying too hard. you're trying too hard, and that maybe you just need to meditate, relax yourself more. Make sure, like for example, if you want to connect with your wisdom during a dream state or during your meditations, that you aren't pushing it too hard to make it happen. And maybe to try to really just do these things. How do I want to say this? I want to use the word unconsciously, but of course you are doing it unconsciously. I guess what I want to say is to not doing them with intent. In other words, just calm yourself and relax more. Get yourself in meditative states for no purpose of contacting your guides, and maybe things will just come through. In other words, sometimes we try to make things happen, and all we have to do is just remain open. So just remain more open to that and see what happens. That's kind of what I'm getting from the cards here.
I get that too, and from my own personal story, I had a reading many years ago where I didn't ask that question, but it was more or less revealed to me that all the things that I want to do or the knowledge I want to have can be mine, but they may only happen intuitively at that point when I need it. And of course, some of that sounds disappointing, like, oh, I can't solve the problems of the world unless I really need to. How's that for proactive, right? But I think there is a part of that is true here, that sometimes things are revealed when you really are ready for them. You could receive this knowledge now, but maybe you wouldn't understand it in the total way you needed to be able to really use it.
Well, I really like that. And also, I'm thinking about this Ace of Wands reversed here. And oh gosh, I lost my train of thought. I can't believe I lost my train of thought. Poof, just like that. I just feel here that don't worry about them not coming through. They will connect with you when you need them. But also, I just thought of it, with the Ace of Wands reversed, it's not going to happen in a state of, well, I'm going to say too, is open yourselves up to other ways of connecting with them as well. They may come in your everyday life and you may not even realize it. You might get a particular, oh, look at this acorn that fell right in front of me. Or look at this unusual bird that I see. Or why am I hearing the howling of the wolf right now? There may be signs that are coming to you that you are not aware of. So be open to that as messages from your guide.
I think we are on the right track here, because the Lenormand does seem to confirm it in its own way. First, there's the anchor, but what influences the anchor is the clover. And I think this is saying that as you stay where you are, receptive and not necessarily
pushing
really direct things to push this, it comes to you. Clover as luck, it just sort of happens. And so what we both said in our own ways was, there is not necessarily a time for you to really actively try to make this happen. That I think Spirit is saying it's going to happen on its own, and when it does, it will be better because you will really understand it better and be able to work with it better.
The other thing is, the clover talks about synchronicities. And so be anchored in that. Realize that, if you find a coin or you're seeing numbers all the time, the angel numbers and stuff like that, like 333, 444, there may be messages for you in that. Sometimes these messages just don't, Brigatti, hit you over the head. They come to you in more subtle, synchronistic ways, and you have to be open to that. So be open to receiving messages in unusual ways.
So we've both told you in different ways that we think it's just something that you can't force to happen, and you should just be patient for it or allow it to happen. But maybe we could pull the timing card to give you at least some sense of that. No?
I don't know why, but I'll pull one. I don't really think this is going to make a difference here. But let's see. I don't, because we just said not to put any expectations on it. It happens in its own time. But I'm going to have you pull one and see what you get. Watch it say tomorrow.
Bam! Take that, Banshee.
I think the timing things are for a different purpose, but
Okay,
I'll
it's
let you go
true.
with that.
Okay, maybe you're right.
No, maybe not. Maybe before the year ends. I want you to also think about this too. Timing is everything sometimes with our messengers and our guides. And, at this time of year, this is a good time to do what I've said is just be more open and meditate, relax. Hey, try scrying even if you have never tried that before with a crystal ball or a mirror. Try different alternative methods of relaxing and trying to see things. Not to force it, just to see if it'll work for you. The more you experiment, the more you develop these connections. And spirit will realize wisdom and your guides will realize you want to contact them. And so before the end of the year is possible in that this time of the year, the dark time of the year, the veil is thin and it is more likely for things to come through. Use this time.
Well, I like what Violet said too about candle scrying, and I think that sometimes
Yes,
just
flame.
as a sense of just calming yourself and allowing things to happen in their own pace, this is a wonderful idea. And with the holiday season here, and it may not be the exact same sense of holidays for you, it just candles are highly used at this time. So, lighting a candle sometimes invites spirit.
Yes, or even if you're sitting by a fireplace, a bonfire, fire energy is very good for this too.
You did say that, because I'm repeating it.
All right.
So now it's a cell.
And did you just throw that at me?
I did.
Acela, you are up, and then we'll get to Violet's Lotus, and I can duke it out with Mr. O after the show.
And we took so long, I wouldn't be surprised if a cell disappeared again.
Acel was here. Come on, Acel.
Prove me wrong.
There. Your ex-Alabec stalk you on social media. Well, you know what? I am definitely going to go with a yes-no on that first. If we got to throw 3 cards, we will. But let's just answer the question. Are they stalking you? Let's see what the cards think.
It's your deck.
Oh, I thought I...
You don't get out of this that easy.
Oops.
Well, that's an interesting question because, of course, people that stalk us will probably not let us know who they really are unless, there is some specific reason. But that's dangerous because you could always find a way to, report them to certain authorities or to basically
Well, stalking is just to check up on you, too, and what you're doing.
That's true.
So, in other words, are they watching you or paying attention to what you are doing on social media? It's a good question. I like it.
I think we should invent a new tarot or oracle deck for Kara, and it would be the Tarot of Whipped Cream.
Oh, no, it would be the All Sunny deck.
Well, there is that.
Sunny on every card, every mood of Sunny.
We're picking on you. We're sorry.
Oh, we're having fun, Kara. We love ya. Yeah, okay. It's leaning towards no, and personally, I feel like this is, even if it's leaning towards no, I think it's leaning heavily towards no.
Sure.
And
because our other cards, go ahead, are the
show the
Emperor
cards,
and Death.
Right, and so I really
And don't
feel...
you look at me like that.
What did I do?
You scowled when you turned to look at me.
No, I was actually scowling at something else, but you wouldn't know.
I'm a scholar, so I know these things.
Scholar.
I'm
Well,
a scholar.
you're not a scholar. We know that.
You are.
I am.
And yet, as smart as
degree
you
to
were,
prove it.
you picked me.
I gotta check myself sometimes. Really, I do. No, okay. That's why I am a scholar, because I know a good find when I see one.
Find this.
Okay, we gotta stop. We're way over into overtime here. So, look it. And Violet needs a break. She's like, when are these guys gonna stop this stuff?
Never.
So I feel that they are really moving their life in a different direction. And Death is here saying there are major changes at work for Alabec right now. They are not stalking you, but the Emperor is about control. I feel like they're either working on some issues in their own life right now and trying to establish some control or some dominance in their own life right now because they're undergoing some major change or transformation.
It's really interesting because both the Emperor and the Death have connections that relate them. Scorpio, Aries, what's the connection? The planet Mars. And Mars is at times an angry planet, an angry red planet it's called. And it could be saying that maybe, although he isn't stalking you, he does have contrary thoughts about you. It may be because he's aware that, you're still somewhat involved with him, even if only in your mind or in how you relate to this.
Mind.
So, or in his mind even. Yeah. So the thing is that probably, I'm just going to say this, there's sort of a sense of maybe it's inverse, like that maybe you are subtly stalking him in a way.
Ooh.
I know, kind of sad there, but I said it, I did. And so I'm just wondering, if you need to just take more time out from the idea of Alabec, really, and that use these other ideas for yourself, the idea of the Emperor, of being in control of things, and the idea of Death being in control of your change. Be in control of your own change, which will take you into a better direction.
Ooh, Mr. O gives some tough love.
That was tough love. It was.
Pretty good.
I'm sorry about that.
Well, the anchor keeps coming up now for me every time.
I know.
But this is with the cross.
So the anchor was first.
And the cross was second. Oh. So, I do feel, I had to give Buddy Blue a little bit of a talk today. Tough love. So I'm going to throw this at you too, Asel, because of the way the cards have fallen. The anchor is saying, you're dwelling too much on this. You're stuck there. You're stuck in this idea of Alabec and what he's doing, what he may be doing or thinking. And it's time to let it go because it is overwhelming, And I know it's kind of hard to let something like that go that was so strong in your life, especially when there's nothing else right now, which I think is true for you. And so it would be so much easier, right, if we already had a new partnership, a new relationship, and something to put our energy into. But we can't get there if we're stuck on this. So I think that's what the cards are saying right now, that no, this probably isn't happening and you need to let it go.
That's all I can say too. I sort of feel that the cross aligns with Death in a sense that this is still an opportunity for you to process change, and that maybe that's also where you should stay in the mode of working on yourself until you feel better about, moving on to something new. You're welcome. And we only mean these things in the spirit of goodness and trying to help clarify yourself or clarify for you a better outcome.
And I've always said, like, even with Buddy, It's okay to remain hopeful that
Sure.
things could change in the future, but we can't let our lives just stay stagnant while we wait for that to happen. So open that door and release this energy and let, the new will come in. Nature abhors a vacuum, we always say. Something will always fill it eventually. So good luck with that, Estelle.
Sleepy Sunny loves you too, Estelle.
All right, Violet Lotus, we're on you. What does Spirit want to tell you with Earth and Spirit's Oracle? Well, let's see. You want to sit around in diamond paint. Hey, that's all right. I really have been thinking of some of my other hobbies, but I vow I'm not getting back to any of that until I get through this month. I have some stuff planned. I'm going to let you shuffle too, Mr. O, and you can cut them.
Oh, that's what she wanted, that deck.
Yeah, get your energy into it. And you can hand me my deck back. Yes, thank you. I'm sorry I didn't. All right. All right, Mr. O.
You're always free to
Shuffle
come
and
back,
cut.
Estelle, and ask again anything you want.
You can keep asking, but that's what the card said today. And hey, a new year is dawning for us all. It's time to think of the new things in life, to bring new joy and fresh starts into our life in whatever way we can. Ah, my gosh, my hat is messing with me. Where are my bangs? They're under the hat.
Violet, you say that like it's a bad thing, sitting around and painting. It isn't.
Unless it's painting our walls, which we're looking for.
That would be a bad thing, but we might be able to offer you a little money for it.
I think anybody who would take on that task would definitely.
And then you would get to see sunny and shadow.
Yeah,
and,
that's right.
so there's a benefit.
We have a problem. We just discovered a leak in our garage, and we looked outside our bedroom window and found where it's happening, so we had to call our condo people.
Right, it looks like maybe there's a weakening in the roof area, and so all this water is running down one course, and some of it's getting through is what it looks like.
Well, what does Spirit have for you?
Not good. This is good. Oh, look at that. I love it.
Spontaneity. Spontaneous. Be spontaneous.
Look at that. I love it.
So, the quote is from Srini Pillai, and it says, spontaneity is a gateway through which your purpose can emerge, a moment of relaxation when the truth will show itself. Experience unexpected, impulsive. You may want to consider just gosh, this almost sounds like the reading we did for Purgati, in a way. You must just go with the flow at times. A new positive experience will bring you confidence and self-awareness. Instead of planning or overthinking every detail, why not just dive right in? Create a new memory that is fun and exciting, one that is lighthearted and unencumbered. Sometimes micromanaging every single detail and having each minute accounted for is quite exhausting. Instead, challenge yourself to step outside your comfort zone. You will feel rejuvenated and refreshed. Throw away your square box for the day and jump into the kaleidoscope of the unknown. Live life in a happy mix of mapping out your agenda and just going for it. Both will be exhilarating in their own ways. Avoid plans and routines is the intention. Be fresh and new. Do something unexpected and out of the ordinary. Be bold. So what this is saying is maybe, hey, it's fine doing your diamond painting right now and really immersing yourself with it, but why not jump out of it, out of the blue, and do something spontaneous, whatever it may be. Like, for example, I don't know, draw a different card for the collective, on one day a week. Just do it out of the blue, not something you're going to do all the time. Or just do something different, in your life, in your daily routine. What do you think?
Well, what I think is that the spontaneous thing you should do is learn how to shapeshift into a wolf. I'm looking at this wolf, and there's like a little trail of something coming out of his mouth or nose, and he's sending it up into the universe. And I'm just saying that was silly. But maybe what's spontaneous is realizing that there are certain moments in nature that just happen so quickly and spontaneously that maybe there is a glimmer of something in there for you too. So don't be afraid of observing the natural world for spontaneousness too.
This is really interesting, and I will explain why after I read it, depending on how this goes.
Oh, create.
Spontaneous creation. So let's take a look at that. Create. And it's about play. It is about your diamond painting in a way or other forms of play.
Take that, Banshee.
Well, hold up. Creating things can take a lot of different forms. So Wayne Dyer says, Dr. Wayne Dyer, you create your thoughts. Your thoughts create your intentions. And your intentions create your reality. Plan, begin, and shape. Live by the moon. A new lunar cycle will begin after the dark moon. The slightest silver crescent moon will begin to show, wax, and grow. You are the creator of your blank canvas. Cast your intentions and make your visions a reality. Cultivate your seeds, water them, and watch them grow. Be your own architect. Build your realm exactly as you need it to be. Your mind's creativity will open and begin to flow endlessly. It's now time to begin your work, bringing your visions into reality. Do not let fear or uncertainty hold you back. Forge ahead with fire in your heart and conviction in your soul. And here's the intention. Time to create positive change in your life. Sow your seeds now for your new endeavors to grow. And new endeavors come from spontaneous insights, spontaneous moments, just doing something out of the blue and you realize, hey, this one thing is leading me into a whole nother big thing that I want to grow. And create, let's face it, your diamond paintings have a pattern. And what did that other card just say? Throw out the pattern. And I know you don't want to do that because they're beautiful works of art and you should continue doing that. But I think what it's also saying is do something out of that box sometimes. Do something that is different and that will, really stir up those creative juices. Got something to add on that?
No, maybe. I'm looking at some of the comments in the chat room, and the idea of howling at the moon too, is kind of appealing in another way too, because I sort of feel like there's things about sound vibratoriness that maybe is also really spontaneous, but also creative. Sound creates too patterns, awareness. It breaks through forms of consciousness. So I'm thinking there are just so many different tools to use to do this, Yeah,
maybe so. And it can be creative. It can be playful, too.
You're the next Fiber Magic.
Another question I have, Violet, is do they actually give blank canvases for this kind of thing? Did you ever think of just throwing color out there and see what you come up with?
Ooh.
I'm not very artsy-fartsy, I'm going to say that, but I love art, don't get me wrong. I collect art. Part of the reason I collect tarot and oracle decks is because of the beautiful images on there. All right, your Lenormand. Oh my goodness. Whoa! Remember that creative fire that they were just talking about? There's the sun, and there's the evergreen tree. Did they come up together before?
I think they did.
They sure did. What is with this deck?
We're not shuffling it well.
I must. I find that hard to believe that could happen. It's very interesting. But what it is saying here is, I think your
Interesting.
creativity and the things that you do, and if you be spontaneous, you know, I think your creativity fosters spontaneity, but you have to be willing to come outside the box and try something new from time to time. And I think if you do, it will have the ability to grow into something very successful for you. You never know where these silly little hobbies that we have, that we are passionate about will take us. And so it could take you in another direction if you're willing to, like they said, think outside the box, create outside the box, and do something different.
Well, I can think of other people who are creative and artistic and also deal with tarot or other forms of divination or things like that. So I do feel this is really what the message is saying, is that you can grow this and do something that will be more successful, whether it's on your own terms of success or whether it really is, magnificent. It just seems like there's a potential there. And it's all about that idea of the spontaneous creation. I love it.
I like this deck. That's what we have for you. And I put it away and I forgot there are 2 cards right here. Wow, everybody. Are we at a near record? We're over 5 o'clock.
And I just wanted to show our little starry bangle there today. Let the holiday season truly begin for those who celebrate it.
Well, I know it can be a difficult time, and just make merry. I always think of these times as being filled, to try to fill yourself with joy and to fill others with joy too. This is what it really should be about. So stay tuned for what we hope will be a happy holiday season here too. We've got a lot of special things planned. We're going to do the fun past life readings. We're going to do this great journey of the Fool. There may be some.
We're going to be tired.
We're going to be tired,
but happy,
because there's going to be some nice discounts on our end of the year readings. So hey, take advantage, people. And
wanted to thank our fabulous donators, Maurice,
yes,
Mr. Maurice,
Mr. Maurice,
and our friend Lisa, and hope to connect with you this holiday season, Lisa. Awesome.
Yeah. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, now that we took up a lot of it. And we hope to see you Thursday night for more.
Good to see you again here at the end.
Have a good one. We will see you later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.